welcome to anybody who's in the chat. I think a lot of people said they'll be arriving in about an hour or so we're probably gonna get an influx of people we know around then. Because like a lot of people have Sunday games. But yeah, so I guess we'll just go around. We'll introduce our characters in a bit, like I said to you guys. But if you guys, I guess we have Jack here. We have Dan, John, and Martin. Say hi, guys.
Hi
Hello.
guys.
Oh,
Hey.
We're doing this funnel, the hole in the sky, and we'll see who survives. This campaign is going to be about 7 different scenarios so far. That's like sort of the plan. Every time you guys complete a scenario, you guys level up. The sort of weird thing about this, though, is that it's very hard to know who's going to survive. So this might be the first and last session of the game. Hopefully not. But I won't really be pulling any punches. So this will be very interesting.
So if you kill all of us, that's it. It's over.
Pretty much. I mean, we might do other stuff, but I'm thinking the funnel might be a mulligan. We might just
Fake
get past,
out.
Yeah, but, we might be like, these guys died, but
suddenly
we'll
I'm
see.
really not feeling the commitment to this. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
no, it's just
No.
yeah, I got all the stuff
All
there
of a
just to
sudden we
murder
play
you guys.
reckless.
Well, I gotta keep the tension going. People know I'm pulling punches. They'll know you guys are gonna survive. I gotta. But yeah. So you guys all have your characters there. Each of you have 4 peasants each, all from different villages and parts of the world, of this generic fantasy world TM. And you guys have been having these weird dreams over the last like few weeks and months. You feel, actually maybe even longer than that, you feel like you have been living a false life, that you're supposed to be living something else, maybe something more exciting, maybe better. Toiling away in bakeries and farms and that sort of thing has never been for you, and it's becoming all the more unacceptable. You've become intolerant of your life. The people you love in your life start to feel like imposters and people who have sort of stolen away what you think you should have had. And you sort of get all this from having these weird dreams of this lady in blue. And she said to you in these dreams to become my ally, and your enemies shall become my enemies, and together we shall take back the life that was promised to you by the stars. Come and find me at the cliff. And that's a sort of dream you've been getting for a long time. And eventually, all in your own sort of time, have just left your homes, sort of left in the middle of the night, walked off in the middle of the day, packed your stuff, and never looked back. And I'm going to read out a little thing here for you guys. After many days or weeks of travel, you arrive exhausted and confused, at the cliff overlooking the ocean. The scene is exactly as it appeared in your dreams, and you are suddenly grateful that this must mean you are not insane. There, at the edge of the cliff, is the woman who has haunted your dreams for months, standing behind a long table, incongruously set for a banquet here in this wild place. The woman is nearly 7 foot tall, wearing tattered finery of deepest blue, and for the first time you see her face. Somehow her head is that of a statue of a woman. Her features are inanimate and softened, as if rain and wind had eroded the statue head over time. In her left hand she holds 2 severed human heads by the hair. In her right hand she holds 3. As you approach, she holds all 5 up as if to greet you with their dead faces. Then those dead eyes open, and the 5 heads speak to you in unison, each in their own voice. Welcome, brave friends. I know you have many questions, but let them wait for now. I know you must be exhausted from your journey. Sit, eat, and rest. All of your questions shall be answered this day. You notice that one of the heads, a pale-skinned outlander with bright red hair, speaks in a foreign tongue. And so, laid out in front of you guys is just, like I said, a big sort of feast. You see meat and vegetables and wine, bread, cheeses, and she sort of bids you to help yourself. And this is probably a great time for you guys to introduce your characters as you please during this feast. So, who wants to go first?
Ooh, I'll go first.
Perfect.
So my characters are a group of friends from a kind of a nearby village that have all been sharing this dream, and they've made their way out here. We have Chisel. He's a dwarven stonemason, kind of scrawny for a stonemason, but everybody in town loves him. So they keep on coming back, even though his work sometimes is subpar and it takes a while to get done. We also have Rudy the rutabaga farmer. And he, his father was a rutabaga farmer. His grandfather was a rutabaga farmer. His great-grandfather was a rutabaga farmer, and he's ready for something different. So he's kind of journeyed out with his cousin, Jedediah, who's a local trapper. He survived the plague when he was younger, and has always been kind of lucky. He's not super skilled at trapping, but he seems to always kind of come out on top. And he looks like a typical mountain man, big beard, raccoon cap on his head. And lastly, we got Pip. Pip is a teenager, like 15, 16, pretty scrawny. He dreams of being a squire to a great knight, but there are none in his village, so he's kind of made his way out with his friends here. He had this dream. He's hoping to find somebody worthy to follow out here.
That's awesome.
So
Thank you, Stan.
that's them. Yeah, no problem.
I love a great band of friends. All right, who's next?
Sure, I'll go next.
All right.
Well, my scraggly little group of four are, well, the guy at the front is an elf. He's tall. He's got the long ears, the eyes, the nose, the mouth. He looks like an elf. His name is Finthap Dullsong, and he is an idiot, a weakling, and a clumsy fool. He's about 65 years old. He's been a forester for the last 50, and all who know him think that his continued existence on this world is some kind of act of divine intervention, possibly a full-on miracle. His hobby is weaving strange shapes he does not entirely understand. Behind him we have Fennec Byrne, smuggler. He's just an average-looking guy, which is part of the appeal of being a smuggler. He doesn't stand out in a crowd. He left the whole smuggling life behind because, well, the call to adventure was so great. Beside him, we have Dwight Gilbert. He used to have a surname, but not anymore. He lost it in a bet with a witch. Dwight was never one for. He's real dweeby. He's just embarrassing in terms of physical strength. However, he's quite smart and good with his hands, so he's a professional gambler. And then bringing up the rear of our group is a dwarf, stout and with a billy club in hand. It's Gromnil Vaultheart, formerly the rat catcher of Mountain Keep. He is actually one of the greatest minds of his generation in that town, except that there was a mishap in a lab with the Lord's dog and a newt and an alembic, and suffice to say he got demoted pretty quickly to the rank of rat catcher. This did not suit him. However, one fun thing about Gromnil is that his surname was imposed on him by his ex-wife because, and I quote, "The Lord's treasury is more open than Gromnil's heart."
That's great. Thank you so much, John. Martin, did you want to go next? I know you had a bunch of little...
Yeah. So we've got another interesting four here, and they all come from the village of Netherhaven, which is a small place in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Nobody would have ever heard of it, but that's where they're from. We have Thorry Stonebreaker. He's a dwarven miner, bit of a gruff chap, and yeah, he's a bit bored with life as it is, and he's decided that 3 for the price of 2 is a good idea. So why build all these houses that are really tall to sort of accommodate the likes of humans and elves and all these other races? No, he's got an idea. He's going to build houses, but he's going to get 3 floors into the same space that 2 floors would normally go. And it's his and his twin brother, one of our other party, Corey Stonebreaker. This is all part of the Shorter Homes Company initiative to take them away from their dwarven mining and dwarven stonemasonry and into the big world with lots of money and riches. So they should be able to do these houses and sell them for yeah, 50% more, but actually the costs are probably 50% less. So there's their thing here. Corey's definitely the brains of the pair, and Thori was a bit of a crap dwarven miner, not particularly strong. He's not a weakling, but certainly doesn't suit being a miner. We have Jago Rada, who is our halfling vagrant. He's he was doing all right at one point. He had a fine foods business. He was selling and making fine bits of food and preserves and jams and meats and all kinds of wonderful things. But if the truth be told, he's a bit of a drunk, and he did a deal with a couple of shifty-looking elves, and lost it all out on the street. And he's managed to sort of hook up with the two dwarves, and he's trying to push himself as a bit of a halfling consultant. They've got the dwarven angle of things, but don't you know the halfling thing is just a little bit different? And tying all of these together, we've got our human barber, who is Gillian Boddington II. And unlike one of our other party, he didn't have any names when he was born. He was born of the bowl. The poor chap. We'll come into some more of that later as things unfold, hopefully, for this guy. But
if he
he had a bit. If he survives, but he had a bit of an unlucky birth, and hit his head on the way out, shall we say? Almost drowned. Fecal matter was involved, and he's not very healthy either. But he's a really nice chap. He likes to put himself out as being a bit posh. And he's the best barber in the village. He's the only barber in the village. And the two dwarves and the halfling vagrant all know each other through Gillian.
I love it. Thank you, Martin. And Jack.
All right, yeah. I'm going to, hold on, let me pull up my PDF that I totally wrote about my backstories and not just 15 minutes ago open these for the first time. Actually, conveniently, all four of my PCs came out of their fugues essentially just now, having been so enamored by the visions that they had no knowledge that they were even traveling together. My group has two elves in it. One of them is a big burly sort for an elf, which means he's probably of average build for a human. He even has a mustache, which is uncommon for elves. It's just unseemly. It's not like hard to grow or anything. His name is Melith. He's spent the last 30 or 40 years as a forester nominally, though really he's been mostly not doing a lot of tree cutting and more, guiding the forest growth. The other elf, along with him, is a kind of sickly looking sort, dressed in like the worn robes of a sage. It's Chrysanthemum on the Isthmus, who resents being called Chris, despite the fact that that's what everyone calls her. She spent the last century in meditation before being called out of it by the voices in the dreams, and shows for it. She has 1 hit point. She is frail, having spent the last 100 years in a fugue state, and looks it like built like a yogi who spends most of their time with their legs crossed. Then my other two following up the rear are Doyle, who was a weaver of some renown in a small village, who is notably balding very hard and has a bit of a glassy-eyed look on his face. He has deft hands, but not much between the ears. And then Jan, who was not but a turnip farmer, and actually the voices first came to him in a daydream, at which point he simply walked up and left the field and ended up here. Perfect. Still carrying his pitchfork from turnip farming with a pitchfork.
that's how you get
you have to turn the soil.
Yeah.
He's not very smart either.
Awesome, thank you. All right, guys, yeah. So all 16 of these characters have appeared here. You've all sort of had your fill of eating and drinking. Probably some of you had a little bit too much. And the lady in blue sort of turns to you and kind of lifts the heads again and says, "Thank you, friends, for taking the dangerous journey to be here today. I know each of you, your minds and your hearts, and yet I must keep my identity veiled. If I were even to think my true name, it would instantly be sensed by our enemies, and they would race here to break our fellowship and confound our plans. Please let me be known to you as the Lady in Blue. Trust that I am a friend, and not one that would mislead you." She goes on to say, "Know this, our enemies, who are indeed the enemies of all right-thinking people of this world, have kept you from living the lives you were meant to live. Each of you was born under the wrong stars, a misfortune fostered upon you by our enemies. But I wish to be your ally. I can set this misfortune right. If you wish to have me for an ally, I just ask this, that tonight, when the full moon reaches the top of the sky, you step off that cliff and onto an invisible bridge that does not yet exist, but shall exist tonight. This bridge will take you on a long journey across the ocean. This journey will be difficult, and some of you may not live to see its end. But those who do shall find the hole in the sky, a portal to another world. That world is a prison, and its warden is a titan, a fierce creature that cannot be slain by mortal means. This titan keeps a prisoner in a cage of alder wood. Its prisoner is our ally, and to say her name aloud would give my presence away to our enemies." And just because that was a lot, and there's still more coming, I'll just quickly recap that. Invisible bridge at midnight. Go across that invisible bridge to the end, to another world where there is a gigantic titan. I think I'll actually just show you guys this, because this is that's the cover there, and it's not really a spoiler because you'll see it. And there is
Cool.
a prisoner in that cage above, that she wants you to let out. And after that, she says, "At this, the lady in blue takes a cup of wine from the banquet table and carefully pours it there on the dusty ground. For a moment, you see a word written there, Dresta. That's Drzta. A moment later, a mass of beetles bubble up from the earth and devour the word. An instant later, they disappear, leaving only bare ground." She then says, "Never speak the name aloud, friends. I would ask that you take this bridge tonight under the full moon to the hole in the sky. Free our ally. Those who do shall be my trusted friends, and I shall set their stars right with this." And then she gestures, and you hear an immense tearing noise, like reality itself is just ripping apart. And you see in the morning sky these seams open up, and a massive black monolith just sort of comes through. And you realize this big monolith is actually like a gigantic wheel that's slowly spinning. And she says to you, "If you complete this task, you will each get one spin of the wheel of fate, and you will be able to get your proper destinies aligned once more." And as she sort of says that, like, with this thing sort of breaking through, it starts shooting off like a massive storm all around you. Winds are blowing. The entire banquet just goes off the side of the cliff. Like, one of you might have still had, like, a fucking, like, a chicken leg in your hand. It just sort of flies off with it off the side. And it's all sort of gone.
This new season of Wheel of Fortune has a really weird aesthetic.
Yeah.
They had to change up the theme, I guess, but you know.
Gesturing to the letters with like 3 severed heads in the hand.
But yeah, and then sort of after she sort of does that whole grand sort of gesture, the tier in reality closes up again. The wheel kind of goes back into whatever dimension it was in, and closes up, and things are back to being sort of normal. And it's kind of hard to read her as she sort of has a statuesque face, but she's sort of facing you, kind of possibly pondering, are you guys going to take on this task, kind of thing.
Meaning no disrespect, Jedediah kind of pipes up. What's with the heads, ma'am?
She says, "These are the heads of those who have disappointed me. You will join their ranks if you do as well. But I'm a friend. It's all good."
Gillian pipes up and says, well, that means we can't say no. Is that what you're saying?"
You can say no.
And he looks at the heads and looks at the lady in blue and looks at the heads. "Were you a barber at one point?"
You sort of just get like a stony kind of response back. Nothing.
Boo.
And all the other PCs were like, "Oh, jeez." Imagine being that guy.
Well, that wheel did look pretty impressive. I wouldn't mind spinning that thing.
Finthap thinks that perhaps this this unfortunate fate might be why he doesn't understand the things he weaves. So he's all on board for the opportunity to realign his fate so that he can understand these strange things he makes. Gromnill's just like, oh my god, I've got to get out of this world. I can't be a rat catcher forever.
Yeah, my group kind of confers. They like huddle up for a second, and Pip's like, "Yeah, come on, guys, this is what we're here for. We had the dreams, and now we're here, and the wheel. Let's do this. We got to get out of here." And so we're in.
Perfect.
Yeah. Jan and Doyle just kind of nod blankly. Melith shrugs, and Chrysanthemum on the Isthmus gives the like a, yes, I know exactly what's going on here, regardless of whether she does or not.
But yeah, so I assume sort of all of you kind of accept this, and nobody's said that they don't. And sort of after this confirmation, she gives each of you, except for the ones who probably like back away, she gives each of you kisses on the heads with the beheaded heads in her hands, sort of right on your foreheads, and then disappears sort of into thin air. And you guys sort of wait for a while, kind of relax. It's actually quite a nice day out, so it's not too bad being up against this cliff. You might get cold here and there. But you sort of wait for the day to go by, waiting for midnight. And then the day goes by, and midnight comes. I don't know if anybody did anything before this at all, but I assume there's not really much to do on the side of the cliff. So, but yeah, midnight comes. What do you guys do?
I pick up, well, yeah, Gromnill's going to pick up a sod of grass, and he's just going to throw it out over where she said that the bridge would be.
Yeah. Yeah, and you see the grass kind of the wind sort of blows a lot of it off, but some of them you see sort of fall onto sort of what seems like nothing, just probably about like maybe 10 feet below.
Mm-hmm. All right, the bridge is there. Let's be going.
All right, lead the way.
You find
And Gromlin's like, yes, Finthap, you lead the way. And lo, Finthap does take point.
Okay, yeah, so Finthap walks onto the bridge. It sort of feels like as he sort of jumps down onto it, it feels like there's almost like cobblestones underneath. He can't see anything, but it's definitely sound. Yep.
All right, so I suppose once I've seen Finthap doesn't fall to his death, yeah, the rest of the gang is going to climb on there.
Sounds good. Yeah, so you all sort of pile onto this. It does look quite weird to anybody who's looking at them from above still, where it's just people are just standing on absolutely nothing. It's really messing with your perception of how things are working here, especially at night, which is the moon up. But yeah, but if nobody gets scared or worried about this, and everybody sort of jumps on, everybody's able to get onto this. It, like I said, sort of feels like cobblestones underneath. And you guys can start walking down this bridge. You guys kind of notice that probably a few of you try and test how long it is. Can tell that it's 20 feet wide. So it's a wide bridge, but it's not an endless bridge. It seems like you have to kind of go just straight.
Mm-hmm.
Does the mule come onto the bridge with me?
I was just gonna ask something similar.
Yeah.
About my sheep.
I will say maybe your animals are kind of maybe freaking out a little bit, but if one of you, I guess, I don't know, shoves one onto it, they might fall. Really, I'll let you decide if your mule just sort of runs off the side of it or keeps going with you. It depends how trusting they are of you. It's up to you. You guys can play your animals how you want.
Well, mules are traditionally very cooperative, so
Yeah.
obviously they listen.
Famously so in history.
Cooperative as a mule, as they say.
Yeah,
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
they're well known for taking.
Yeah, I'm gonna
ownership
kind of
of
have my. I'm gonna kind of have my sheep lead the way for my group. Rudy the rutabaga farmer also has a sheep, and yeah, he's gonna kind of push it out. And it's been recently shorn, so it's kind of like stubbly and bald.
Sheep.
So the poor thing is cold as well.
Go on, yeah, it's cold. It's a chilly sheep, so yeah.
I love the idea that Rudy
Well,
is
no.
wearing its fleece.
Yeah, I like that.
He's
Yeah, I
like,
like
come on,
that.
buddy,
Yeah.
over you go.
He's got a nice wool sweater on. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, so you guys start walking. You have your sheep sort of leading your way there. They like you guys don't find there's that much change for a while. The first day kind of goes by a bit. The bridge gently rises about half a mile. Oh, sorry. The bridge sort of gently rises to a height of a half mile over the surface of the ocean. And the day is quite sunny and nice. You guys keep sort of going. You guys take rest every once in a while. It's honestly overall a pretty nice first day. There's no real issues. By day 2, though, you guys start walking through. It starts off kind of nice, but you see, because there's nothing sort of around you, you see that there's a storm coming when you guys wake up. And about midday, the storm has sort of come over towards you guys. There's lightning and thunder. You can see like cold rain coming down. It's starting to just hit you a little bit. Let's see here. I'm gonna each one of your characters each group for every so Jack, Dan, John, Martin, whichever character has the lowest luck, give me a luck check.
Oh,
as the winds start to batter and buffer you guys. So with luck, you want lower is better. It's basically the only rule that you want lower is better. You want to get your luck score or below. Oh boy.
Hold on, let me flip a coin because I have some tied ones.
I will say
Heads.
Gromnill's starting luck was 3. So
Oh my god.
Hey.
Nice. So it looks like you guys are getting battered and buffered off, but so far all of you are pretty good except for Gromnill, who sort of goes flying over the side. Gromnill, give me a reflex save as like you're able to sort of swing your arm out, maybe try and like grab onto one of the other people or the mule maybe, as you possibly fall to your death. Oh god, there's your roll. Yeah. So everybody. So I was gonna say this, everybody would have had a fleeing luck each. That fleeing luck's now gone, so I guess I don't need to really say it. But yeah, you guys see Gromnell just get taken off, and for a second you hold on to the cobblestone sort of feeling of the bridge, and then your hands just slip, and you watch Gromnell scream as he falls down to his death into the icy cold water below. All right, that was an interesting first death thing.
Less than 15 minutes.
yeah.
Pretty much
Here's
the
the
first
thing.
thing that actually happened.
Okay, yeah, the first actual roll.
Yeah.
But to oh my god, so my group is like, oh shit, and they want to tie off. They're like, does anybody have rope? Maybe we should all kind of tie off so nobody else falls off this bridge. And they kind of look to the other groups. Does anybody have rope?
No, I'm afraid not. I've got some stones, but that's about it.
Oh, mule.
As he watches him fall, Fennec is like, well, Gromnell had a net.
That would have helped.
He's like, could you use that? And Finthap pipes up, what if we all hold hands?
It might not be a bad idea. I don't know.
Gonna stay towards the center, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a penguin
Yeah.
grouping. You guys are all just
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you guys do notice that Fennec has started taking off all his clothes just before the rain arrived, and he's put them all in a waterproof bag. He cinches it tight. He's like, my thinking is that when the rain is over, I'll still have my clothes. And he taps his head.
just buck naked as the wind's just hitting, like a little
Yeah,
bit
exactly.
of hail
He's
is like
soaked
slapping.
through,
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that is a question. Are you guys like interlocking arms? Are you guys sort of grouping up together? What's your if you are trying to spearhead some sort of plan to sort of stop anybody else going off the side? What's the plan?
Yeah. Well, no rope. Yeah, I think. I think we're gonna stick towards the center and maybe I don't know, hold on to each other's belts or something.
All right.
That's a fine idea. Yes. Yes, I'm not going at the front, says Gillian.
Who is taking sort of the lead there? Who is in the front now? If everyone's trying to get in the middle, is there anybody who's decided to sort of stay in the front, or
Fintap
as
is
far-
an idiot and is easily convinced to take point. Guys, when I say
I
Fintap's
mean-
an idiot, I mean he's got intelligence 6.
He's as smart as my second dumbest character.
Wow.
That's great. So, what was his name, John? The one who's in the front?
Finthap Dulsong.
Finthap. Okay, sounds good. Perfect. Yes, you guys.
You're so good at taking point, Finthap. I think you should stay in the lead. Huh?
And he's like, well, I have this staff.
Yes.
As if that
Yes.
means anything.
Yeah, you use your staff to make sure the bridge is still in front of us as we
Yes.
go. And
There's-
my
there's a
sheep
free
will go
haircut.
with you.
Free haircut for you as well. When we're done, and if we got across the other side, okay, we can find you a seat, and I'll give you a lovely little trim.
Oh, I've never had a haircut before.
Suddenly
You were
realizes his hair
wonderful.
is at his ankles.
Yeah, it was just.
Yeah, and it's
Ew.
really greasy.
Ugh, it's his dreads.
Or he just
Yeah,
rips it off when it gets too long, just like a fucking just.
Finthap is like the opposite of what elves are supposed to be. He is tall and skinny, has the pointy ears, but that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, so Finthap takes point, and sort of everybody's kind of just huddled in the middle. You guys just keep moving. It's an absolutely miserable time for the rest of the afternoon, the evening, and until midnight as the storm just keeps whipping at you guys. It starts to hail, and the rain starts becoming like freezing rain. Now, the wind does slow down enough, and you guys have taken enough precautions that like the wind isn't really able to take you guys away. So every once in a while, somebody almost sort of slips, and somebody else grabs them really quickly. But eventually, the storm finally abates around midnight. You guys are able to get some level of sleep, but you are drenched and, like I said, quite miserable. And it goes on to the next day, which is still pretty cold. The sun and heat of the first day is long gone. You quite miss it, as it's still cold and windy, but there's no more storm. And you guys can see in the distance in the morning. You guys get up, eat whatever rations you may have. And you see in the distance, it's probably about halfway through the days away, or probably about 4 hours away from you guys. You see something in the ocean. It looks like some sort of ship, but it doesn't look like it's moving. And you guys sort of keep walking closer and closer towards it. Like it just gets bigger. And you notice now, as you're probably about maybe an hour away from it, that's some sort of shipwreck. It's a massive, gigantic ship that's just down there in the water. And you do hear some cawing and screaming and screeching coming from the ship. And as you guys just keep going, because there's not really anywhere else to go, you guys just keep going straight. You see now, the screeching is coming from these creatures, probably the size of you, maybe the size of a dwarf or halfling. They look like they have these weird, warty pustules all over them. They have sharp razor teeth. And as you guys are walking this big sort of group, it's obviously on an invisible bridge. You can't really hide anywhere. They start screeching louder as you get closer. And 7 of them fly from the ship towards you guys, screeching loud and louder as they get closer. And you can tell they're here looking to maybe pick off some of the weaker ones. So everybody roll me initiative, and we'll get into our first combat. I actually have a picture here of these creatures.
Are they herpes?
They're not.
As far as
Well, that's good. That's a good joke. That's good. I'll give you.
as far as
I'll give you fleet luck for
initiative
that,
goes, do we do like our lowest initiative
Yes. So initiative
or our highest?
Highest for you just take
Highest.
whichever character has the highest initiative. You roll that, and that's and your whole group goes at that time.
Okay, cool, nice.
Oh yeah, it won't roll or Foundry won't let you do it on the sheet unless you have a token. So you'll probably just have to do it in the tray.
Just roll a d20.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that popping up. Cool.
Yeah, it's some things are weirdly locked to token.
That is weird, huh? All right, so 9 for Jack.
What's nice
oh,
is
I'm
if-
rolling
Oh, boy.
hot today.
This is gonna be a good one, guys.
Ooh.
Let's see here. It looks like Jack and Dan, you both have the same one. You're actually doesn't really matter because you're both going at sort of the same time anyway. So I'll just go Jack then Dan.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you rolled second, so that's what you get.
I'm just
In real life,
Also,
you came second in initiative.
All right, this is gonna be rough, guys. These are some
You gotta know how to
bad.
play the meta game.
These are some bad initiatives. Oh boy.
Yee.
I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Yep. Cool. All right. So, let's see here. 4 of them are gonna be going before you guys. So the first 4 are kind of like closing in. Let's see here. Are there any? Martin, do you have any halflings?
I do have a halfling.
Ah, you do. Okay, so one's gonna go for that halfling. Is that the barber? Who's it?
So this is Jago Rada, the halfling vagrant.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah. So, one's coming down for Jago. You see claws out, coming to try and sort of slash at him.
Who's getting attacked?
Marin's
Not
halfling.
you. These things don't like halflings, apparently.
Yeah. 15. I'm assuming is going to hit.
That's
And you're going to take 3 damage. Or sorry, not 3 damage. Sorry, D3. 1 damage.
good.
Oh, I was just imagining, like, and then they all got picked off one by the murder birds.
Non-zero chance that happens with this initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the next one's going to go for you as well, Jago. Oh, 8 might not go.
In a drunken stumble, Jago goes and just manages to almost fall out of the way by pure chance, I think.
Oh, nice. And the other 2 seem to be going for the other side. So let's do Dan. Dan, you're fun. Let's see.
Yes, I am.
who's
I am
yours?
fun. That's
who-
true.
Oh, let's go for Rudy. You know, I feel like they can smell the
Rudy
rutabaga.
What does rutabaga even smell like?
I don't know. It smells
Dirt.
like dirt.
Ooh, that hits.
That hits. All right.
Yeah.
3 damage on Rudy.
Ooh, Rudy takes a hard hit, but he manages to kind of scurry out of the way, and he's still up.
All right. So he sort of gets slashed, and like the blood goes out, and you see the other Shrike sort of screeches out, seeing all this blood coming out of Rudy, and also swings down, trying to grab him.
And Jedediah screams, Rudy!
Oh, rip.
Oh boy.
Oh, no.
Oh boy. So I'm assuming Rudy's not gonna survive this next hit anyway. So
Oh no.
yeah. So Rudy just the other one just goes in, slashes at his back, and he falls down. And that's that one. That's those are those 2 on Rudy. The other 2 were on the halfling. Jack, it is now your character's turns.
I have one quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dan, how does Rudy's sheep take his loss?
Who can say where the road?
The sheep is just covered in all the blood pouring out of Rudy. It's all like the.
Oh.
Guys, I'm convinced
Man.
Dan's character is going to be a sheep at the end of this. Just a sheep adventurer.
So-
I hope so.
It's my turn then.
Yeah, so just to give the thing, you guys are all in the middle, and there's two birds on each side. They're all within range. They haven't had a chance to
Okay.
fly away yet after their little attacks.
Also, just for clarification, this is a meet to hit, right? Like if
Yes. Yeah.
AC is.
If you hit their AC
Some
or
games, it's
higher.
weird. Some games are like you go to exceed it, and it's like
Yeah,
wait,
no,
what?
fuck that. No, that's just
All right.
becomes confusing.
I think probably old Jan would step up first and try to maybe stab the one that just killed Rudy because it's
Sound-
probably the closest.
Sounds good.
Good. -1 to hit, always good. He's got his handy dandy pitchfork.
Oh, that's gonna hit though.
That'll hit for one
One
damage.
point of
You got a
damage.
D8.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
1 point.
That pitchfork just looking.
He just nicks it with one of the tines of the pitchfork. And Doyle, sensing opportunity, probably dives on the same one with his dagger.
Perfect. Nice. Okay.
Nice.
And that dagger is enough to just sort of get into it and just sort of slice down its back, and the thing falls dead and just sort of.
Oh, he like just keeps.
Keeps stabbing it, just screaming. Yeah.
Oh, he's so scared. He's horrified at what's going on. He's just yelling loudly, constantly at this point. And then Melith is going to try to bonk one, the next closest one there with the staff.
Sounds good. So I would say the closest one to your people, just because where they are, is probably the one by itself. I'd say if you're just going for that one. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Nice.
Does that...
Like 1,
yeah,
0.
Yeah,
You can't do 0 damage.
yeah. Okay, well, another hit, but yeah, it's still just 1 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And then that's just a bludgeon for almost no damage. And then Chrysanthemum draws a dagger and holds it like this and tries to fade as far into the middle of the crowd as possible.
Okay, so they're backing away from the fight.
They're trying to get into whatever the least put as many people between her and every other one of these things as possible.
Yeah, so you sort of like dive under the traumatized sheep, maybe, so it's gonna get grabbed.
Yeah, there we go. Or under the mule.
Because
the very
all
cooperative
the
mule.
People. Yeah.
I told you to get under your desk during a tornado drill.
All right, Dan, you're next, man.
All right, so Jedediah screams, "This is my cousin!" and he attacks the singular murder bird with his sling.
Not gonna hit.
Chisel steps up, and he raises up his hammer and takes a swing at that same bird.
Oh boy!
My goodness.
Oh,
and then
I think Jack was hitting.
Pip says, "Don't worry, guys. I'll get him. I'll avenge Rudy." Oh. On my screen, like the D20 and the damage die got all crunched up together. It was like 20, 18, 3.
Oh god.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, right, you only have 3 guys. Oh my god. Okay, well. All right. Now it's the next one, and that one flies up. This one flies behind the other ones and grabs Rudy's body and drags it off the side and starts flying back towards the ship. And then Martin, it's your turn.
Excellent. So I think the 2 dwarves are going to have a go first. So Thori is going to grab his pick and just wildly keeping hold of it, sort of fling it at the direction of one of these things.
Are you going for the one by itself that's hurt, or the 2 that are on the other side that aren't hurt? Who are you going for?
Which one's the closest?
It's up to you. They're all within range, really. It's more just an idea of who you want to go for, because it just depends. So,
Thori's going to take out with Corey the 2 that are untouched so
okay,
far.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So this is
okay. This is what I love about the gang beating of a fucking funnel group, is that you'll just get a few shots in just by numbers alone, and then the rest are just gonna fucking fall off.
Corey has a go as well.
Oh my
with
god!
His hammer, and yeah. I'm going to say that these birds are probably flying a little bit too high for the stature of the dwarves, and they're sort of trying to swat them out of the sky, failing dismally. A halfling vagrant goes, "Oh, there's 4 of them over there. I'm going to get one of those 4." He's still seeing double at the minute, and he's going to just wildly swing with his club. He's going to jump this time, seeing the dwarves fail, and fall flat on his ass, probably. Does that hit?
No, it's not hit. Yeah.
No.
It's still...
Of course it doesn't.
My god.
He regrets to mean real hard.
yeah.
Yep.
And finally, Gillian the Barber is going to take his cutthroat knife out and go, "I'll slash you." And
hey! Nice. Solitary torso, inflict next. Yeah, so you just fucking murder this one bird. That dagger just goes right through the belly and opens them up. All his entrails fall out onto the bridge in the ocean, and that one just goes down. That one is gone. Nice. And also fleeing luck, don't forget, because that's a critical hit.
Cool.
Natural 20. All right, and that's all your characters, Martin?
That's all.
All right. So yeah, the next one's gonna go for the one that just crit. The other one flies up and goes for that one. All the blood sort of has got its attention. Who was that? That was Gillian. Is 10 gonna hit
no.
Gillian?
Yeah.
No,
10
it
hits.
is.
Oh no.
Gillian's got a secret. He only has 1 hit point.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say he scored a crit. I was like, yeah, he's gonna be a hero.
He's gonna go the distance, yeah, and then just fucking this bird comes
Some bird
up.
swoops down, grabs his head, and away
Yeah.
goes.
Oh, it doesn't even kill him. It just grabs him and takes
Yeah.
him away.
Yeah.
I just imagine Gillian's like cheering, turns around, does the thing, and then like this bird just swoops out of nowhere and just slashes him and drags him off the side.
That luck was more fleeting than he could possibly have imagined.
Jeez, I knew I knew it was called fleeting luck, but wow.
45 IRL seconds. Less than 6 in game.
Oh man, this is brutal.
Yeah, this is the first encounter too.
Yeah.
John, your turn, buddy.
Alrighty. So to start things off, Fennec is going to fire his sling at
There's
So-
one who's hurt. So let's see here. There's this one. Okay. So there's one by itself who's hurt, and then
Yep.
there's 3 on the other side who are not hurt.
right. Fennec is going to aim at the one that's hurt with his sling.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh god damn it.
Oh.
Don't
But
forget
it would have been great damage.
Yeah. Don't forget you guys can burn permanent luck. I don't know if you want
Yeah,
to.
you know what?
This-
I'm gonna burn
the AC's 12, so and also
Oh Jesus.
also actually, I should do a better job explaining fleeing luck because I forgot that Jack hasn't actually used it yet. So fleeing luck, if you can see somebody, you can give it to them. If you roll a natural 20, you get one. If you do something cool, and also to all you guys, please let me know if you go, hey, I think that deserves fleeing luck. I will probably more than likely give fleeing luck. A lot of times I'm just in the zone. I forget to actually give luck. If you roll a natural 1, everybody loses their luck. And yeah, that's
Did
pretty
it
much
right
it.
start.
Is luck for the character or for the player?
It's for the player. So it
Okay.
basically you just
So
get
Martin still has a fleeting luck.
yeah,
even
and Martin
though
does have one.
Gillian died.
Yeah.
And did I get one earlier for that dumb joke? I thought
You
you,
did.
said that, but I
You
wasn't
did,
sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's for a reroll, right?
No, you basically it acts as normal
You
luck.
can add it on.
It basically you just add on. Yeah.
Okay. It's just a plus to a die.
Yeah.
All right.
Now I do. This is gonna come up later, but with thieves, I do when somebody gives you fleeing luck, I still let you roll your die as if it was a luck point. So
To keep. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, so that you can still basically thieves are just great with luck. So I like doing that. But anyway, yeah. So it just counts as one extra bump. So the AC is 12, John. So
Yeah, I'm gonna spend the 4 luck to try and
or are Jack
get
and Mar
the
not
full-
giving you luck? I didn't know if Jack was doing that. or
Oh, I
not.
didn't take
I didn't
take
know.
it.
How much luck does he have, or do they have?
I have 11 total.
I'll
Oh,
give
yeah.
you one. That's fine.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can have one of mine.
Those
Okay, so I-
what we tell you guys to do that, by the way. I just want to make sure.
Oh, I know. It's
yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
whatever, it's
Yeah.
fine.
All
So
right.
yeah, my luck stat is down to 9,
Mm-hmm.
but
You are gonna hit,
Uh,
and you are gonna kill this thing.
Yep. so
Yeah.
4 damage.
Nice. The slingstone slings true, and it goes flying off the side, and just hits the water. I mean the bird, not the slingstone.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Skips off the water and rebounds back up.
Yeah, it skips along and just fucking yeah.
It really was luck.
You ever see that movie Wanted, where you just fucking like bang
Yeah.
the slingstone? Yeah.
Okay, so then Dwight and Finthap are going to jump on just the nearest one of the uninjured birds on the other side.
Mhm.
And Dwight will use his club.
Okay. Well,
Good thing we spent that
yeah,
luck.
That's why you want. That's why you want to use it. Yeah, that's the good. yeah.
Perfect. We planned for this, Martin. This was on purpose.
Yeah.
All right, and yeah, so Dwight, yeah, your weapon comes loose in your hand, but you still have it. Minus 2 penalty on your next attack roll with that weapon.
Yep.
Okay.
That's fine. And now Finthap is going to try and hit the same bird.
And that is gonna
Hey.
hit. Does not kill it, but it's pretty close to death. pretty fucking close. Yep.
Oh boy.
And do you have anybody else there? Is that everybody? Oh, yeah, sorry, it's everybody.
That's everybody.
Right, I forgot the other guy fell off the side. And with that, there is one last bird, but let's have this sort of screech to the rest of them, and then it flies back towards the ship, and you start seeing some of the birds look like they're gonna start flying away. It seems like they've lost more numbers than they were expecting with you guys. Plus, they got 2 meals out of you. So back to top of the order, one flies away. And then it's Jack's turn. I don't know if you guys are attacking them. It looks like they're about to fly away, but if you want to get any hits in before they're gone, you're welcome to. But it doesn't look like they're going to be doing any more attacks on you guys.
I think Doyle and Jan would probably still run forward just out of pure
Absolutely.
battle-ness. I'm not going to say bloodlust.
Yeah.
I think they're a little too...
Battleness.
There's 2 within range. One got fucked up. That one's going to kill that one. Yeah, so that's just one.
Why are my rolls... Okay, this is going to come back to... Okay,
yeah, there you go. Okay, there you go. Yeah, you're evening it out now. Yeah.
There we go.
But yeah, one goes down. The other one just escapes that real fast. And the other person's just still hiding in the middle. Okay. Dan, there's still one within reach. It is turning around, about to fly away. Did you want to go for it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Jedediah is definitely gonna take a slingshot.
Hell yeah, and that kills it. As it's turning and flying away, you clip it just before it gets below the bridge, and tumbles down into the water.
Now, did they take away? They took
Rudy and everything that was on Rudy, and they also took Martin, who was your character that crit. They also took away Gillian and all his stuff.
What about Rudy's pitchfork? Did he drop that when he died? Perhaps.
You know what? Just roll me. You know what? Just roll me a d20. 1 to 10. He dropped it. 11 to 20.
Okay.
It went with him. Oh my God!
You dropped it.
You got it.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. Good deal. Who's gonna pick that up? I think. Yeah, Jedediah is gonna pick up his cousin's pitchfork.
And I'll be right. I'm just grabbing some coffee real quick, guys. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna top off my coffee as well, actually.
So far we've lost 3 party members in 1 conflict and 1 story event. So we're doing pretty okay.
It's honestly not that bad.
Yeah, it's those things where it's like, well, maybe we won't have that campaign.
It makes me think of that first encounter that you usually run into in Sailors in the Starless Sea. That's those vine monsters that are like 2 hit die vine monsters. And you're just like, what do we do about this?
Yeah.
They have like AC 14 or something, and it's just like, run. Like, don't get anywhere close to them.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, this one you can't really escape this one at all. I mean, you can try running, but they're gonna get you.
Look, after this, I have to have a serious talk with you about player agency in these scenarios.
You start talking about what you would have done if you were in the situation for real.
Look, this feels very railroady to me. All right.
I feel like we don't have any branches we could take. We really just got like 1 route to follow.
Did Dan run out for a second?
Yeah. More coffee. Well.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll guess I'll just wait for him to come back. But yeah. Those are disgusting creatures.
I heard you call them shrikes, but in my mind, they're still herpes.
I think that's a great joke. I'm actually kind of angry that the person who wrote this didn't.
I know,
do
right? They had the opportunity.
That's such a perfect name for them.
Yes.
Actually, it's Martin. It's actually a Brendan LaSalle scenario. I guess I'll give
Brendan's great.
All right, Dan's back. So after that, you guys keep walking. And so far for the rest of the trip, it's another few days. But you guys, other than the weather being kind of bad, you are not attacked by anything else, and things are looking all right. Until eventually you guys reach what you assume is the end, but it looks like one of you in the front. I would say maybe who's in the front there? John, is it Finthap almost falls over. Like he takes a step. It's like if you're really taking a step off of like stairs and you realize there's not another step there and you kind of stumble. He almost does that before somebody just grabs him. And the path kind of just ends. And after like a few hours of waiting, you guys start to hear like crackling and fizzling, and you start to see red and blue and purple lightning starting to sort of explode at the end of this bridge, and a sort of big sort of circle, kind of almost looks like a nebula, opens up, and it just starts like a swirling, chaotic kind of portal opens up at the end of this bridge.
At this point, Dwight will push Finthap through the portal.
So Finthap, yeah, you fall through. Your ears kind of pop, and you are suddenly in a place that makes you momentarily kind of dizzy. You are absolutely in an entirely different world. The air is misty, but as best you can tell, the sky is bright magenta color. You were standing in what appears to be some sort of bamboo forest, but the bamboo is thinner and flyer than you have ever seen. And I don't know if anybody's stepping through, but if you look behind you, there's no portal. And it seems like anybody coming through is just sort of stepping in out of thin air and just appearing into this world.
Yeah, my group will jump through.
So Finthap, you turn around, you just see all his group sort of just pile in out of nowhere and just sort of materialize. And like I said, you're sort of like in this weird misty world. You know for sure you're in some other dimension. I mean, for the ones who are smart enough to actually be able to comprehend what a dimension is, are aware of that.
That's not Finthap.
Yeah. I don't know if that's any of my characters either.
Dwight will get it when he comes through.
And yeah, the air is really thick here. It's different. You find it a little bit hard to breathe. There's like that smell like saffron, like incense or something like that. Sort of really strong spices and incense kind of smell, just like just assaults your nose and your senses. And outside the mist, off in the distance, you can only see a single structure. From the description, you would probably assume this is the prison, but you don't see anything else around anyway. And yeah, that's about it. As everybody sort of comes through here at the end.
Yeah. Doyle strips naked and pulls out a rumpled suit that's very nice and puts it on. It's like when a child has a suit on, like the legs are like really like way too long, but it's a nice suit.
Yeah.
It smells nice, so I put on my nice clothes.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know why he owns this, but hey.
Yeah. That's such a weird random thing to have, yeah.
Sometimes just we have strange things on our persons when we go on adventures. It's just what the way things are.
Full suit of clothes, fine clothes. He's also wearing a big gaudy cross.
Medallion man with his suit and his gold chain.
It's a real 80s suit.
Oh boy.
It's got the big lapels and like the long collar.
Oh god, you're like fucking like Kiryu in like Yakuza 0, just like the big
yeah. I look like I belong in like Boogie Nights or something.
Now, did you say is there a clear path here through the bamboo or no?
Not really. It looks like the only real indicator is just that dark sort of structure that's in the mist that you can't really make out, but everything else just sort of seems like a weird flat kind of bamboo forest. But there's no path or anything really of real note.
Well, it looks like there's no other landmarks here. Big, dark, scary object in the distance. What do y'all think?
Thori goes, "Whoa, well, there's only one way out of here, and clearly we've got to just head towards the building over there. And this is dwarven work." And he gets his pick out and starts swinging at the bamboo.
Chisel kind of looks at him like, "I've never seen a dwarf do that before."
What kind of dwarves have you been hanging around with?
He is a dwarf.
That's why he asked.
Well, none really. I'm the only one in my village.
Fennec is gonna like hitch up his trousers, and he's like, "Well, let's get going if we're gonna get going."
All right.
Lead the way, Finthap.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and everyone agrees. Like even his own team are like, "Yeah, Finthap, you lead the way." You're a
Ron and
forester.
Doyle are
This is
close
what you're used to.
behind.
Sounds good. All right, yeah. So you, Finthap's leading the way. Marn's dwarf is clearing down stuff, sort of next to him or near him, and Jack's the two of your characters are close behind them. And you guys can make your way.
Jedediah kind of takes a short piece of rope and ties off like a little leash for the sheep, and he says, "All right, come on, Rudy," and kind of like
Oh,
pulls it along.
the sheep's name is Rudy now. It's just still
Yes.
Oh no, he's the trauma.
It's gonna be all right, Rudy.
Imagine-
Let's go.
Naming your pet after a dead relative.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Immediately, yeah.
A pet that was covered in that dead relative's blood. Just, I see,
Oh.
sir. Yeah, you're very healthy.
I'm gonna give everybody just a fleeting luck just for the entire interaction of you guys coming through here already, like weird fucking people. Oh god, I love funnels. Fucking weirdos. But yeah, so you guys keep walking for a while. It seems like the structure's probably about 4 hours away. And I'm gonna say just keep everybody. I didn't keep track of who said who's up sort of near the front, but you guys all say you're almost like a sort of mini group inside the group that's sort of a little bit more ahead. And I'll say about 2 hours in, Finthap, you trip over something and just sort of like hit the ground. And it seems like you've tripped over what looks like some sort of human body. Now, the only weird thing is that this human body looks like it's been corrupted. Its face is no longer that of a human's, but it's basically like a big sort of lamprey mouth. It's definitely a corpse, not alive. It all looks desiccated. But you do see, it looks like most of its equipment is sort of destroyed or been destroyed by time. But you do see that there are two things on it that look like they could be of use. Firstly, it's sort of greasy, gross chainmail armor and 50 feet of rope attached to the hip. Everything else looks kind of destroyed. And I'm just going to say, you fell over it, and everybody in the front there has sort of seen this thing. People in the back haven't had a chance to actually see it, so it's up to you guys here in the front to decide, I guess, at the beginning what you guys want to do.
Finthap turns to Dan's character with the sheep and is like, "Here, for your cousin."
What, the armor?
No, the rope.
Oh. Oh,
Pack sheep.
Yeah, Jedediah said what the art. Yeah, that was all in character. Oh, yeah, okay, all right. We could have used this on the bridge, I suppose.
And
I'm having a flashback to imagining one of them grabbing him to take away and pulling 4 other people with him. We're tied together.
Well, that's the end of the campaign.
Yeah, that's definitely like that fucking sort of comedy thing of like the rope is just like uncoiling and you guys are all just looking at it. Trying to saw it with a dagger that's blunt as hell. Just like, come on.
all you've got is the club.
Vertical limit.
Yeah.
So he takes the rope and kind of he's got a very short leash on it right now, and he kind of ties it off to that leash. So now he's got an extremely long leash, like one of those like dog tethers that retracts or whatever. And he just kind of drops the rope, and lets the sheep roam wherever it wants to.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Let the sheep roam in this weird plane of existence you guys can't really see much in front of.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll next like a fishing lure or something.
Nice.
And
Right.
if you guys don't mind, I think I'll keep the chainmail thing for one of my characters, who I'm like, okay, I'm going to redistribute gear between my cast and just be like, no, Fennec, the smuggler, he should wear the armor that protects him at his single hit point.
Sounds good. Yeah. So you just see you remove the straps of this, take it off the body. You see now they're taking off the armor that like most of the human body seems normal and okay. It's still desiccating, gross, and like when you peel back the armor, like a lot of the skin sort of stays on the inside of the armor, and you sort of pull it off, the bits that are touching it. But overall, yeah, it seems like something weird happened here. But you put it on, feels kind of comfy. You know, got a nice little warmth to it. And yeah, now you have some chainmail.
Oh boy, I'll just throw that on the appropriate character.
Sounds good. Yep. And you can drag and drop them in Foundry, by the way.
Yeah.
It'll be that's the easiest way to do it. Yeah, and you guys keep moving for another 2 hours. And luckily, nothing else has happened here as you guys sort of make your way. It's very quiet. Possibly a little disquieting. Wait, that's disquieting. Probably, but it's a little bit spooky how quiet it actually is. And then you finally make it to this structure. It kind of materializes in front of you. As you get closer and closer, the structure begins to take form in your perception. Soon you see it clearly despite the mist, a 300-foot monolith covered in 50-foot-long thorns. It looks not so much constructed as grown, like some kind of massive seed pod. There is one entrance ahead of you, a 60-foot-tall double doors with a giant latch.
How the hell are we gonna get in here?
Oh, well, maybe we should just knock on the door and see what happens.
That'd be polite.
Didn't the lady with the head say something about a giant?
I think it was a titan.
What's that? Is it like a giant?
Is that bigger than a giant?
Yeah, I don't know.
Follow up. What's a giant?
Like a big person. Like really
like-
big.
It's like a halfling, but really stretched out. Like if you took a halfling and just stretched it and stretched it and stretched it and stretched it, that would be a giant.
I guess, yeah, kind of. So how big is this door?
It's
50 feet?
60 feet.
60 feet.
Yeah.
And there's a latch like halfway-ish up or something like that.
Yeah, the latch is at the size of a house.
Is it like a gotta pull up and slide sideways kind of latch?
Yeah,
like
it is. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not like we can just wrap it with something and pull it. We have to actually get up there.
But like, even if we get up there, how will we make this work? How heavy is this latch?
Is it sealed well at the bottom? Can we just like scoot underneath the whole door? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, Dan, give yourself fleeting luck. You sort of like check the bottom of the door and you can see like it's just enough space for anybody to scoot under. You might be in a bit of a compromised position on the other side there because of how big this door is. You can see that's kind of thick. If anybody has claustrophobia, this is gonna suck because this door is probably about like maybe 10 or 15 feet thick. So you're sort of crawling through like for probably a few paces at least. I will say anything bigger than like a duck or like you might be able to get one, maybe the mule or the sheep, maybe, but they're pretty big. You're gonna have to like shove them under there. They're probably gonna be like buying or like not
he's
happy
cooperative.
Yeah.
All right, Rudy, you stay out here. I'll bring the rope in with me.
Yeah. Do you just like tie off Rudy to like one of the thing, like the bamboo thing outside, or do you just let him free into this weird little demi-plane?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, you know what? I am gonna let him loose. Be like, stay here, but I don't want him pinned down if anything comes.
Okay, so that's good. Yep.
Yeah.
You see him immediately trying to like graze on some of this weird bamboo. It just starts like leaking this weird sort of green liquid. It's a very juicy bamboo. It's odd.
Can I I want to take a look at the liquid coming out of the bamboo. Jedediah kind of steps up and maybe like smells it.
Yeah, it smells pretty earthy. It's sort of imagine it's almost like green Gatorade, but like if it was a bit thicker, more like syrup. The color's definitely not like it's definitely not like a natural kind of color. But Rudy is slurping it up. But yeah.
He likes it, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I sure hope we don't
Okay.
encounter Rudy in a changed form later.
Good boy, Rudy. Eat up.
But yeah, and the rest of you, I'm assuming you guys are going under the.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Jan's gonna go behind the mule and like push it.
Yeah, so you guys are sort of dragging it along and pushing it.
It's
through.
real sickly. I mean, there's no way this mule's well fed. He's
No.
a turnip farmer.
Yeah, no.
So he's just behind it, like weakly braying at him.
So, yeah, you guys make it in. So inside, you see that this is a single huge room, a massive organic shape like the inside of some colossal hive. Lights shine down from holes within the ceiling, and glowing creatures fly about in the distant expanse, throwing strange green lights across the floor and walls. Reclining against the far wall is a massive creature that looks like it would be 60 feet tall if it stood erect. It has red-brown fur and the head, face, and trunk of a giant predatory beast. The creature snoring rattles in your heart. The creature snoring rattles your heart in your chest. Hanging above it from what appears to be a massive tree branch growing from the inside of the wall is a domed cage of woven wood more than 100 feet off the ground. From this angle, you can't see inside the cage. So you're in a big-ass room. Giant creature snoring, sort of sitting down against the side there. I'll just put up the cover again because that's basically what you guys see.
Mm-hmm.
This was a little bit more abstract, obviously, but sort of general idea. Big room, big creature.
Jago goes, "Hey, look up there. I think that. I know we're not supposed to say the name, but I can't say anyway. But I reckon they're up there in that cage. We should climb up or something, and I don't know, maybe cut the cage down, and then it'll fall down and break open, and then we can all go home."
Well, not home. We don't want to go home. We want to go to our new lives as heroes.
Yes,
Well, we
that's
don't want
right.
to stay here.
Well, that's true. Don't want to be here, especially if that thing wakes up.
Yes, yeah, that probably is where the person in question is being held. How do we get up there, though?
Someone's got a rope, haven't they?
You have 60-foot rope.
Yeah, I
Plus
got,
whatever little bit was around the sheep's neck.
Yeah. It's like an extra foot.
Yeah, I was like, is it like 2 foot, maybe 3?
Yeah, it's maybe 3. Yeah. Yeah, Jedediah holds up the rope. What's the basket kind of hanging from? Just the ceiling itself, or there's like a shelf or kind of something sticking out from the wall, kind of a thing?
So it looks like at the top of this sort of, basically imagine this chamber if you're looking at like from the side, it's sort of like a big sort of egg shape. It would say at the top there's basically like a giant branch sort of coming off of like the inside of the wall. It's hanging off of that. It's the best way to probably describe it is I imagine sort of like a lantern hanging off of a sconce is sort of what it would be like. But that branch is gigantic. It looks like it's like 10 feet across.
Are the walls like scalable? They're kind of grown. They're organic, kind of.
It's hard to see all the way across the room to like the other side there, but it looks like there's a lot of debris on the ground. You might be able to scale some of it, but it looks like as it goes higher, it gets more and more smooth and kind of not really scalable. From what you can see so far, like the room is somewhat dark here and there.
Right.
Because most of the light is coming from like these grapefruit-sized glowing creatures that are kind of flying around.
Oh, the kind of the bugs in the illustration, right?
Yeah, just these massive insects. Yeah.
All right.
I wonder if they could carry somebody.
How would we
You said
find
they're
out?
like 6 feet across, right?
You said they're like grapefruit size.
Oh,
Yeah,
how big are these
the
bugs?
giant branch at the top of the thing is like 10 feet across. That's
how
like,
big are these bugs?
These bugs are grapefruit sized.
Okay. We tie a bunch of them together.
I'm just like, if we had a net. Oh wait, the guy with the net got blown off the bridge.
Jack, which character of yours has the least luck?
Uh-oh.
It's tied, Melith and Jan.
Cool, pick one.
I'll just roll a coin. Flip a coin.
Pick
You can,
one
by the
to
way, you can do
die.
D2. What the heck, camera?
Mhm.
But
Yes,
if you
just a coin.
do DC, it'll flip a coin, an actual coin, instead of
Oh,
rolling a die.
That's good to know.
So that's
You got
Jan in that
cat-faced.
case.
That's which one? Sorry.
Jan, the
Okay.
turnip farmer.
You guys hear a scream as Jan is grabbed by some sort of big vine. And you look up to see, just hiding above the doorway is this massive jack-o'-lantern looking creature with sort of green fire behind its eyes and face. I'm going to just post it here. It's about 15 feet up. And you see it grab your character and throw him straight into his mouth, and you hear your character is still alive for now, but you hear him screaming. And he's gonna take 1 point of damage. I don't know if he's still alive after that.
Yeah, he's alive. He's
yeah,
got 3 hit
but
points.
he's inside this mouth of this big jack-o'-lantern creature. And the jack-o'-lantern creature starts talking, being like, "Hey, sorry about that. You should really leave. Or I'm gonna start getting more of you guys in here." And he starts crawling back up about another like 10 feet or so. So he's about 25 feet high above you guys. We can do initiative here. Actually, no, we are gonna do initiative here. So roll the initiative. But yeah, as your character is just sort of in the mouth of this creature, and the rest of you are down below.
Hey.
Hey.
Already better than last time. Hey.
Hey!
Hey.
Nice.
Okay, so 20 for Jack.
Nice.
Rolled obnoxiously well this time.
18 for John.
Yep.
11 for Dan. And 10 for Martin. All right. So unfortunately, you did roll really high, but this guy actually rolled even higher somehow when I did do this. Yeah, I know. I was like, oh boy. And he just starts climbing back up another 30 feet higher up, so he's 55 feet up in the air here. Your character is still in his mouth, burning. You hear him screaming. And yeah, he starts moving away, trying to get into the darkness. It seems like the creature's trying to just sort of move away from the group as fast as possible. Basically move using almost like a spider. Like the vines are almost like spider legs pulling itself up. All right, Jack, now it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, Jan is like inside the mouth of this thing.
Yep.
And in his on fireness, is like, pumpkin, it's just like a big turnip. And takes his pitchfork. I guess like if we're talking like historically, everyone's using turnips as jack-o'-lanterns probably.
Yeah, the horrifying ones, yeah.
But he's gonna start it's a pumpkin, right? So he's gonna start stabbing it from inside of its mouth with his pitchfork.
Okay, sounds good.
Can he miss? Is that possible?
Let's see here. No, I would just say the attack goes through. It might do less damage depending on where you're hitting. But yeah, no, so are you just stabbing the insides? Or are you just stabbing the ground? Or are you trying to go like at the top of the head? Like where are you trying to
I'd probably go for the roof of the mouth because
Okay.
he knows that when you eat something and it burns the roof of your mouth, it really hurts.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, just roll me your damage.
Just hit the roll and
Okay, nice. Yeah,
so 4.
nice. Yeah, you stab him. And you just hear like the mouth's opening slightly as he's talking, but not enough for you to really like escape from. And he's just like, "Hey, that wasn't really nice, man. You're gonna really burn alive even faster." And they're like, and the green flames around you kind of burn brighter, as he's just sort of still climbing he's still climbing upwards. Okay, and yeah, your next character, he's 55 feet up in the air. I don't know if any of you guys can do anything. Against this
Maybe
creature, but is there
fire
anything you want to do in this
sling,
room? Do you want to explore? This is sort of mostly the reason why there's initiative here is just the timer on Jack's creature is going to be Jack's character is going to be taking 1 point of damage every turn. So I don't know if
He will survive for 2 turns.
Yeah.
I think Doyle's gonna call the pumpkin a coward.
Yeah, he gets no response from the pumpkin.
And Melith and Chrysanthemum are probably going to move across the room, maybe trying to stay far away from the giant to see if there's any other way, like anything to do, whether there's something on the floor that, like, you know, if there's like another body somewhere or something, just like frantically being like, all right, what the fuck are we going to do?
Yeah. Okay. So you move across the room. It seems like the giant titan has not stirred at all from any of the noises. It seems like the screaming getting louder from your character is possibly going to trigger something, but right now it seems like the titan is still sleeping very happily. And as you go across the room, you see probably about I would say maybe one turn away. You see that it looks like on the other side of the wall, there is sort of a breach along the wall. It seems like the debris there is hiding it, but it looks like there's some sort of entrance there. But there's a bunch of like rocks and vines and other things that are just sort of piled up, probably from just collapse over time in this place, just blocking the way.
All right, yeah, Melith and Chrysanthemum are gonna head that way, so they'll
Okay.
get there next turn, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they don't have any loyalty to fucking Doyle.
Yeah, yeah. As Doyle just screams louder and louder.
He's like shakes fist at Sky.
Yeah. And then you guys just sort of run across there. Okay, sounds good. John.
Fennec has an idea, and it doesn't take long for him to convince the other two to go along with it. In my group, anyway.
Yeah.
He's gonna start setting up like bits of just the clutter and garbage, but like splinters and stuff. But he's gonna set them up so that they're like, so they're vertical, so that if this titan wakes up, it will step on them.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, you know what? If and you have what, 3 characters who are working on that?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. We have 3. If all their turns are being used up to sort of set this traps up, I won't make a roll. I think that's enough of an expense that you are sort of putting up, getting sharp stones, getting spear like things. There's a lot of bamboo probably hiding around that you're able to sort of put up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you sort of try and place it in a way where you think where his steps at least the big toe is gonna hit or something. Yeah.
Yeah, this is my thinking. I'm not going to hurt him, but I'm going to distract him with these, hopefully, if, you know...
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be the equivalent of stepping on a Lego.
Yeah.
Debilitating for a very short period of time.
No, I think that's great. And you know, I like the creativity. Give yourself a fleeting luck. Dan, your turn, buddy.
Yeah, so my group sees this pumpkin kind of receding into the darkness, and Pip pulls out. He has a grappling hook, and he tosses it to Jedediah with the rope.
Okay.
And what I want to do is have Jedediah try to throw the grappling hook and hook this thing, and then have like the 3 of them try to either hold it or pull it off the wall, pull it down at least.
Yeah, no, I like that. Yeah, so yeah, you get the grappling hook together. Give me, I'll say, because it's a ranged attack, basically, give me an agility check.
Okay, cool.
This is gonna be a little bit tough, but we'll see if you can sort of hook them.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, no. So the first, at least your first character trying to use it, throws it up, but it gets nothing and just comes back down with a dunk on the ground. You can try having another character try and do it if you want. I will say though, any character who's using their turn to throw it can't also use their turn to help pull on it. It's so it's up to you how you want to do this, but
Yeah. Heard that. Yeah, I'll have Pip try to make an attempt at it.
Okay. So just because this one's a little bit closer, because the other one didn't have a chance at all. The DC for this is 15, because of how far away it is. So if you wanted to burn luck to try and
let's see. I have 2 fleeting luck.
I'd shoot 2 over to you for this, Dan.
Oh yeah, okay. And that gets me to 15 right there. Yeah.
Okay. Yep, so Pip uses up his turn, he just and grapples right into like one of its eyes. And then Pip looks like he's about to get lifted off the ground really quick here.
Yeah.
And do you have another character who's gonna try and help?
Yeah, Chisel runs up to grab the end of the rope.
Okay, sounds good.
Jedediah is already gone.
And just give me a strength check to try and like grab it and sort of at least keep Pip here. Oh boy.
What
This one's actually, you know, what actually is a DC for this. The DC for this is 18.
Oh my god.
It's pretty rough. It's a pretty strong giant creature.
Sure.
Not-
Well, I don't think I'm gonna burn 8 of 8 permanent luck. I only have 10.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now, what I'll say is you're still grappled to it, and Pip is still there. He hasn't been lifted off or anything like that. You're both still there, but
Yeah.
you're not really able to get a prop. You're not able to really stop it from moving to really keep it where it is, so that somebody else can sort of try to drag it down next turn.
Understood.
But it is Martin's turn next. Martin, what do you want to do?
Yeah, so my guys are going to see what's going on. Obviously, they're still where they were, which is where everyone else was. And Thori goes, "Oh, you need dwarven strength to do that." And he waddles over and gives the rope a damn good tug and tries to bring this thing down.
Are any of your other characters going to help with the rope at all? Because you could have multiple characters help with this if you want them to. Because the roll will be a lot better if there's more people doing it. It's up to you.
Yeah. So we're going to have Thori and Corey, the dwarves, and they're going to look over and go, hey, Jago, come on. What do you want now? Says Jago. Come on this rope. There's wine on the end of it. Doesn't make any sense at all. But Jago just nips over and all right. Where do I go? So all three of them are going to give it a good tug.
Awesome. Okay, you know what? Because we don't get to do this often in other games, roll me a d30 and also add on an extra +2 onto that roll, because average-wise d30 is almost even better. But for the strength check,
50-50 shot.
Yeah, as three of you guys grab onto it, you still have Pip and Dancer characters also sort of helping where they can here, at least keeping it. So all right, let's see what we get here. All right, 17.
Oh,
and I've
that
got
luck.
Fleeting luck. I'm gonna get rid of my fleeting luck.
All right.
An 18.
Awesome.
So you sort of all you
Holy
guys
shit.
grab it, you hook the eye, even like rip some inside Jack, your character hears like some, like, you know what, have you ever had like that sort of sound of like a pumpkin smushing? It sounds sort of like a cracking kind of sound. And you sort of drag it back down about 30 feet, because it can tell if it doesn't, go with this sort of almost like a fishing hook in a way, you are going to like rip off part of its eye. So it sort of starts getting dragged back down about 30 feet. And it does not seem happy with this. And it says, "You should leave. I'm telling you right now." But you sort of brought it down closer. So it's about, it's 25 feet away now, up on the side of the wall. Okay. So it's on its turn. Jack, your character is going to take another point of damage from this fire. And it is going to try and it's going to grab it with this sort of viney spiral-like arms. It's going to try and grab the hook and pull it out. But its DC is also going to be... you know what? You have 5 people on there. We're going to make the DC 20. So it's got a pretty good strength. Let's see if it gets it.
Oh.
No.
Hey.
No. You see all its vines are
There
trying
we
to pull
go.
it. But this is a big creature that has 2 action dice. So it tries again.
Mm.
Man, on my screen that rolled from an 18.
Oh,
Yeah, same
boy.
Just rock back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh no, but it's not able to do it. But it has 6 fleeing luck, so no. But it's not able to. But it's pulling and pulling on it. But it's not able to get this hook out. You guys are still right on it. Okay. Jack, it's your turn.
Yep, Jan's gonna keep stabbing the roof of its mouth with the pitchfork.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, give me your roll.
Or 3 damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So you're just sort of stabbing little holes into it where you can. But it is still very much alive. This creature, it doesn't even look hurt at all, really. Okay, Jack, and your other characters.
So I guess we'll take care of Doyle first, who was just yelling insults, but I guess at this point probably is like, well, I should do something. And probably goes and helps and grabs the rope. Helps pull.
Sounds good. So he goes to grab the rope to help with that. Okay, that'll just make the DC harder as well. Or I guess actually we can throw that into the roll. Okay. And your other characters, are they checking out the
I guess they make it to that opening that was obscured by the rubble, right?
Yeah, and if you want to try and clear that rubble, it's going to be a strength check.
All right, well, let's have, weirdly enough, we'll have Chrysanthemum do that.
Sounds like
1
a
hit
strong,
point, but good rolls. No.
Oh, and everybody who had fleeing
Ooh.
luck loses their fleeing luck.
Oh dear.
Isn't it?
Good thing we used so much of this last
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, that's why.
Mhm.
That's how it's designed. All right,
They
Jack.
both try?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
You can do a roll from each. Oh my god. I thought.
Ah.
Oh, it's a 6. I thought it was a 9. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I picked the worst dice possible. I'll change them at some point.
Yeah, but I will say the two of them together, have been clearing some of the debris, so the DC next turn will be easier. But they're not able to
Okay.
get through all of it. Okay. John.
Seeing what's going on, my 3 pet idiots are going to try and join in on pulling this rope.
Okay.
So what do you want me to roll?
Yeah, I guess. So how many people are on it now? There's Jack as a character. John, how many characters do you have on it? Do you have? Oh, you.
I'm putting.
the one in.
Yeah, I'm putting 2 of them. Yeah.
Okay. You know what
Fintap is gonna be left to-
what we'll do to make things simpler, because Martin pulled on it last time. We'll just add your and Jack's characters to the roll at the end there.
Yeah.
Just to make it easier instead of a bunch of different rolls going on. But yeah, so you also grab onto the rope, so there's a giant tug of war going on now with this big jack-o'-lantern.
Oh, we're totally pulling our deaths right now.
Oh,
to us.
absolutely.
I am really surprised you're doing this.
Back here.
Come here, TPK. Come here, boy.
Come here. Come on.
Face us, coward.
But yeah, so you add on to that, John, and your other characters? Are they all?
The other character, Fintap, is going to be left. He's left to continue doing what he was told to do,
Okay.
setting up more like things for the Titan to step on in case it wakes up.
Sounds good. All right, so just an extra chance for him to step on this sort of stuff. Keep putting things up. Perfect.
Mhm.
And any other characters do you have? Or are they
No, that's all 3 of mine.
all 3? So 2 went on the rope and the other one.
2 on the rope and 1 doing the traps.
All right, sounds good. Okay, and Dan.
So, is this thing in sling range?
Yeah, it's 25 feet away.
Okay, cool. So Jedediah sees everybody pulling on the rope, and he pulls his sling out and takes aim. But unfortunately, he's, like I said, he's not the best trapper.
Yeah.
But people like him.
Yeah,
He's a heck of a guy.
the slingstone just hits one of those grapefruit grapefruit-sized insects and just explodes into like this sort of bluish greenish stuff. Yeah, it's not nice.
And excellent. And Pip and Chisel are gonna keep on pulling.
Okay, sounds good. So just edit that. And Martin, are all your characters are pulling as well?
They are indeed.
So we've had the extra characters there. I guess we'll do another D30, and then we'll just add for those extra characters to make it simple for my life. Just add D30 plus, I don't know, 5. We'll say.
Yeah.
Love it.
Come on.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh,
so
come on.
Ah, jeez.
yeah, you're not able to really pull me closer, but at the same time, it doesn't break free or anything like that. So far it's pretty good. I just love the massive peasants just pulling on this fucking rope. Okay, Martin.
As soon as this character dies, I'm letting go of the rope.
yeah. Martin, that was all your characters, and now it's back to this jack-o'-lantern spider creature. And your character takes another point of fire damage.
Oh, he's dead.
So he's dead.
That's
You
it
guys
for Jan.
hear the screams.
His last words are "stupid turnip."
As he burns up. So yeah,
You know what a pumpkin is?
at the end of his screams, you guys have sort of noticed like one of the Titans' eyes have sort of opened up in the last round. But as the screams sort of echo out and fade away with the death, the Titan seems to close its eye and go back to snoring loudly once again. But yeah, you guys all know that he's dead. Are you guys still pulling on this creature? Is sort of the question. 'Cause it's all your turns next. So, are you guys still pulling on
Oh
him?
man, probably not a great idea.
It did say it was just going to keep coming down and eating more of us, right?
That might be true. Yeah,
Let's get it before it gets us.
let's do it.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So, I actually, it still has his actions. It's just gonna try and break out once again. Twice if he doesn't get it the first time. Okay.
Oh, shit.
So he's able to sort of like grab them, and he's gonna use both his actions though to sort of make sure he gets it and just sort of unhooks it out of his eye and just sort of throws it onto the ground. And you see him start crawling back up 30 feet into the darkness, away from the group. You guys can still sort of see the silhouette of him, but you can see that the way his viney sort of arms are moving, he's able to easily, very soon, go back into what looks like sort of an incognito mode here against all this growth, about 50 feet up or so. Yeah.
Doyle's gonna immediately pick up the grappling hook and try to throw it again because he's an idiot.
Go ahead. Yeah.
It's just what do I need to roll here? Agility.
Agility, yeah. DC 15.
He's good at that, but I'm gonna roll a 2 probably. So.
Yeah. Oh, another
Oh,
one.
no,
Yeah.
you did even better.
You should be so lucky.
Yeah.
2 1s in a row for me.
I'm gonna say like you're
amazing.
sort of grabbing the rope because you need to sort of get some space, and like
It's
as you
tangled around his
throw
arm.
it, or well, I was gonna say as you throw it, like you forget to actually like have your hands clasping the back of it, and sort of the rope kind of goes out of your hands, and like the entire grappling hook and rope kind of go away about 15 feet or so. So they're kind of they're a little bit far away. It's gonna take somebody's action just to go pick it back up and try again if they're gonna keep throwing. But yeah, thankfully nothing else happens. It doesn't look like it got caught or anything like that, but it's a very terrible throw.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Okay,
guys.
so-
So it's all your turns. I don't know what you guys want to do.
Pip's gonna go run and pick up the grappling hook and kind of see this thing, receding up into the darkness, and I don't know, maybe we spot Jack's other 2 characters kind of clearing
Oh
away
yeah,
the
Melith
debris
like
there.
whistles and is like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
do I need to roll again for them to clear that, or are they just going to clear it this turn?" But you said lower the DC, right?
I lowered the DC, but the thing, my question is more: if you guys, is anybody gonna keep trying to grab this jack-o'-lantern creature? Because John, I was gonna just ask you there because I just skipped over your turn real quick, but if anybody's doing that, then we're just gonna keep with the initiative order and keep going. But if you guys are, this thing is definitely not trying to fight you anymore, at least not for now.
Yeah, I figure there might be more productive things we could do.
Yeah, it's up to you guys what you want to do. But the thing is, if we're not, then we're gonna have initiative, and you don't need to roll because there's a shitload of you, and you can easily clear the debris. And I hate making you roll for. Oh, you fail to roll.
There's
great.
no consequences.
Yeah,
of failure.
keep rolling. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I mean, at this point, FinTap has set up a second set of traps. That's fine. My guys are going to try and figure out a way up to the cage.
Okay.
They figure the lady who brought us here. This is Fenix thinking as he explains it to Dwight and FinTap. The lady who brought us here seems to be pretty powerful because she caused a bridge to appear. Well, not appear, but you know what I mean. So if the person or thing in the cage is an ally of hers, maybe they could help us escape here. So yeah, he's kind of like, okay, well, the cage is 60 feet in the air.
It's 120 feet in the air.
Oh, sorry, my mistake.
Even
In
better.
that case, I don't know how the hell we're going to get to it.
No, the Titan's 60 feet tall. That's what you would assume.
Yes,
yeah,
it's
but the
it's
cage
twice
is
the Titan's height
way up there. You can barely see it. Yeah.
okay. In that case, yeah, I have no idea how we're going to get up there.
Okay.
Can Melith and Chrysanthemum, can they see what's on the other side of the door?
Yep.
Or of the opening now that we started to clear it?
Yeah, so you this is just, I'm just gonna read out what it says here for you guys. Yeah, even if you don't go in necessarily, you push past the debris and find yourself in a gloomy chamber that smells like autumn leaves after a heavy rain. The chamber is lit by several of the same strange glowing creatures you saw in the main chamber, contained in a hand-woven cage that hangs in the center of the room. This room is full of debris, and walking across it will be difficult. To your far left, you see a shadowy passageway, slightly curved as it runs along the interior wall of the huge chamber you just left. In several places down that wall, a tiny breach allows a ray of the strange life in the main room to shine in. So just to make it a little bit simpler, it seems like there is some sort of passageway through here that sort of goes upwards along the
Oh, it goes
wall.
upward.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
in that case.
Yeah, Melith's like, way up. Like, hey, help us clear this shit.
Yeah, once my gang hear that, they're going to go and help with that.
Yeah, my
It
group
seems
goes
like
over to help
progress, rather than just banging our heads against walls.
too.
Or being picked off one by one by a predatory jack-o'-lantern.
So yeah, there's this room here. I don't know if you guys are doing anything in it. And there's also, like I said, the passageway that sort of that leads out of it. Yeah, what do you guys want to do? Or yeah,
Doyle
even,
would
go.
admire the weaving of the cage in the middle.
Yes, bug.
Yeah, my group's ready to head upwards. Pip says, "Looks like the path leads up this way," and starts heading up the path.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, if you're sort of pushing forward a little bit, you see that there's a debris-strewn hall goes forward, and you see lights up ahead. Right now, it looks like the passageway just is sort of level, but sort of sloping upwards. It's just sort of, it looks like a hallway. But yeah, what do you want to do, Dan? And I'm assuming everybody else is just falling behind, is what I'm assuming is going on. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll keep kind of creeping up and just kind of try to see what the light source is.
Okay. So,
Oh boy.
Here it goes.
Oh, this is crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So there's not even a save for this. You walk across the hall here first, and you hear a doink as you hit a tripwire, and you guys see a bunch of logs and rocks and stuff that were just attached to the ceiling just come down onto Dan's character. You guys are far enough behind to sort of jump out of the way. But Dan, whoever was going first, takes.
Oh no.
Oh, 1 damage.
Oh.
Still alive?
Nice.
That was a
Lucky.
D10.
Oh yeah. All my characters have decent hit points.
Man, you
meaning,
got
like,
so
over.
lucky. That was a D10.
Oh my god. Whew.
Oh,
I thought that
man.
was it for Pip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
This would-be squire.
yeah, so you guys just see like a giant log just like bonk you on the head, but you're totally fine. Everything else just fell around you.
Yeah, it's
and,
it's like a Buster Keaton scene.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the whole thing
That's
comes
the
down. Yeah,
window falling. Yeah.
In my head, how it's played out is that like a big stone fell on his toe, and as he's hopping around holding his toe, he's avoiding like the
Dodging.
bumper.
yeah.
Like, damn it, ow, ow, ow. And he's just avoiding everything out in the world, like,
He's
And as it
very
all, like,
lucky, Pip. Pip has
It all
15
stops,
luck.
and he's sitting
Yeah.
like in the one spot where nothing fell.
Love it.
Oh, that's good.
But his toe, though. He's gonna
So
lose the nail.
This made a lot of noise. Anything kind of stirring at all? Anything like that?
Yeah, so I imagine like you're staying, like you're standing there and you're just sort of like looking around, just trying to see if anything else happens. Like one more
Dusty,
sort of
I'm
like
imagining,
yeah, like one more sort of rock falls, and you're like, but other than that, it seems like it's quiet.
Now, do I like realize it was a tripwire that
Yeah.
kind of?
Yeah, your
Cause
foot
this? Okay.
snagged with something, and you hear like a dunk as like it snapped, and like everything fell down. He immediately realized that was a tripwire.
There was a trap. There's tripwire across. We need to be careful. Whew.
I want to find whoever set that. That we owe him one there.
Well,
I
it couldn't
don't
have been
know how
that
Pip survived.
Titan.
No, it couldn't be.
Fennec's like, no, and like the weaving on the cage with the stuff, with the bugs, that was too fine for that thing to have made. No, there's got to be something our size. And he's like, or maybe that horrible jack-o'-lantern. I don't know, but
That's creepy. That is that thing.
it's weird. I don't care for it. If I'm
It
honest,
did seem friendly in its own way. I don't know.
I take the point, but at the same time, weirdly predatory.
Yes,
Polite, I think, is the word.
very
Polite.
polite.
Yeah.
Before it cuts you to pieces and chews you up.
Oh, there was no cutting. It simply ate him whole.
Yeah.
You like turnips?
Just the
Oh man.
Glad my dumbest character has survived so far.
Yeah. That's usually how it goes.
So Pip's gonna keep on inching forward, and now he's kind of being a little more cautious, kind of keeping his eyes to the ground, kind of checking along the walls and things like that. Maybe going a little slower.
Sounds good. Yeah, so you're doing that sort of thing. You're checking, you're sort of poking the floor, that sort of thing, making sure.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
Chrysanthemum is like, hold on, and from nowhere in particular pulls out a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
I forgot I have this.
It's fucking like what is it? Fucking like telescopic where
Yeah.
No, it's a normal pole, but she's like, I can't put it back.
yeah.
You know how
go
these
back.
things are. Once you take them out of the
Yeah.
packet, they don't fit back in.
Oh
No,
god,
it never
yeah.
goes back in the same
Whatever way they make them at the factory.
So yeah, how are the groups are? So Dan, you're in front. What group is behind Dan?
I suppose mine will be next.
John, and then who?
I'll go.
Go,
I guess.
and then Marn come up the rear.
Yeah, I'll take up the rear.
Yeah. Oh, that doesn't sound very
Mhm. It's almost as bad as leading.
Yeah.
I'll get picked off one by one by whatever's following us.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and by the way, Martin, you're down to your last PC, but you didn't say. Yeah, just you're down to one.
I just went.
They're just gone now.
Yes, you guys keep going through this passageway for a little bit until eventually it ends, and there is this vertical passage that's rough and narrow. You see that there's a first ladder that leads to a second, and then a third, all makeshift, all a bit rickety but serviceable. And there are several tiny holes in the wall, and they let in a dim light from the main chamber of the prison. So basically, you just have like this sort of vertical shaft, and there's just basically a bunch of rickety ladders slapped together. The passageway is probably about 30 feet or 40 feet or so, like going up. It's not a trek, but it's a bit of a climb.
Not enough to allow us back towards the sort of branch that's poking out in the main chamber. It's not tall enough.
You guys aren't even close yet. You guys have sort of been going forward and up a little bit so far. This is actually taking you upwards quite a bit more.
Yeah.
You're still probably you're probably still about, I don't know, 100 feet below that thing.
So these holes we see, they're like handholds. They're next to the ladders. Are they kind of behind? Like if you were climbing a ladder, are they at your back? Like
there will be, the ladders aren't even really straight. They keep getting, they're sort of like slapped together all around. So it's kind of hard to say. They're definitely not handholds though. They seem like they're just sort of like natural holes that have formed maybe from bugs or other things from the main chamber. That's the only thing letting the light in really. But yeah.
Okay. So there's light coming through there. Okay.
Yeah, and I would say each hole is probably about maybe like fist size, or maybe even like the size of a dinner plate at certain points where you can sort of see into the main chamber. Like if you're climbing up at all, you can sort of see the Titan in there sleeping in that whole chamber.
I don't like the look of these ladders. Maybe we should try to use the rope. And Pip's going to try to throw the grappling hook up the chamber.
Okay, yep. So just give me an agility check there. Just make sure. Okay.
Oof.
So you do snag it, and you do get it on there, but you're not quite sure how strong, how well you got in there, basically. But it is hooked up there. The rope is now there. You give a few tugs. It seems to hold for now.
Okay. So Pip's going to kind of use that in conjunction with the ladders and kind of start climbing up.
Okay, sounds good. Yep, and you start going up. What about your other characters, Dan?
I'm going to wait till maybe Pip transfers ladders before.
Yep. So
and kind of each one will kind of wait until the next one has kind of moved off that. You said there was 3 ladders.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's gone on to the second ladder now. And your next character, your next character goes.
And they're all gonna kind of try to have the rope handy as like a fail-safe kind of thing.
Yeah, and like the ladders do seem rickety, but they do seem to hold your weight. But it is nice to have that rope there, just as a backup, possibly in case anything happens. I'm sure anybody putting their full weight on it, nothing bad's gonna happen.
Of course
okay,
not.
and the next group of people, who's going? Jack, I think you say you're next, or John? Did you say you're next?
I
John's
think
next.
John was next.
Yeah, John. And what do you, John? Are you same sort of thing? Or are you doing your own thing? Or is everybody going up fast?
I'm waiting for the guys to go up, but what's gonna happen like part way? So when Dwight gets to one of those holes,
Mm-hmm.
he takes out a little candle he has,
Yep.
just sparks it,
Yep.
and like puts it into the like up to the mouth of the hole and like just puts it through.
Yep. And so he sparks the candle and puts it towards the hole. And what greets him is a triangle-shaped hole with a green flame, and the jack-o'-lantern smashes through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man, and grabs you.
Holy
no.
shit!
No.
Dwight's just like,
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
oh no, oh yeah.
I'm assuming 16's gonna hit, but I don't know. Is this the one with chainmail?
No, this isn't. This is Dwight, the
Okay.
gambler.
Yeah, so you guys see this sort of thing just smash through with all his sort of tentacles, grab you, throw him into his mouth, and then sort of pushes off of the wall and starts going upwards. You're going to take 1 point of fire damage, John.
And that kills Dwight.
Okay, yeah, so
No.
you hear a ah! As he's just burned alive inside.
Fennec cries for the coin that is burning inside that fucking jack-o'-lantern.
He knew when to hold him, but not when to fold him.
No.
Oh, that's good. Oh, poor John.
It's fine.
But
It's just like, oh boy, what an ignominious death. Question though, is the ladder okay?
The ladders are fine, but now there's a giant gaping hole, so you can totally see everything really clearly in this chamber now. But yeah, no, the ladders are totally fine.
Okay.
Well, he gave us like 2 minutes in between the last time he ate somebody, so maybe we should just hurry.
Yeah.
You do hear like sort of this sort of whispery voice being like, "All right, you better leave now, guys. I'm gonna keep grabbing you. Snap, snap." Get out of here.
I'll get you if you don't leave.
I'm gonna get you. As he sort of, you just seem like spiderly, like he goes across the camera kind of thing really fast. And he's like, oh. But yeah, he's. But yeah, he's sort of disappeared from sight once again. And there's no screams to sort of identify where he is. But yeah. John, your characters make it up there without any more trouble, joining Dan's characters. Jack.
I guess they're next. Do the
Yeah.
same thing, one
Yeah,
on
they
each
go
ladder at a time.
No problem at all.
Chrysanthemum has to kind of awkwardly like hold the pole in one of her hands. It's a 10-foot fucking pole.
Nice, yeah. So you're just sort of going up there, and you make it to the top, and then no problems either. And Martin.
Yeah, they're gonna just book it up there, get up there as quickly as possible.
Okay, yeah, and you get up there like you guys see like all the dust coming off of it. Like at a certain point, the whole thing sort of like swings out, but you're able to sort of catch the rope, and you guys just make it all the way to the top. And yeah, you guys all make it up there without any more disturbances from this jack-o'-lantern creature. And you find yourselves. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. So, you guys make it up there. And you guys have been able to sort of be quiet so far, and you guys go down a little bit through, again, more sort of this, like, dirty kind of, sort of chamber. And the chamber goes to another one. Where was it? This is a long, low chamber with the offensive odor of too many humans living in too small a space. Light comes in from several tiny holes in the walls. Around the room is a ragged group of humans, adult men and women in overworn clothing, unkempt and filthy. There is one dwarf here, as ragged as the rest, but wearing a rusty suit of scale mail. The dwarf sits at a low table against the interior wall, his back to the shaft. His back towards you guys. There are sleeping pallets around this room, a small cooking area partitioned off by a low circle of blackened rocks, several hanging bundles, and 2 woven cages holding the glowing giant insects you saw in the main chamber. So yeah, none of these people have noticed you yet. They seem to be all sort of carousing around this table. It's fucking disgusting smelling in here. What do you guys want to do?
Doyle mutters under his breath, "Dual twill, I swift." as he looks at the woven.
Do these people look like prisoners?
um
Or
they definitely I guess would say I would say they don't look like they're in very good conditions, but they're not chained up. You don't see any shackles. They seem to be like a group of people hanging out, having a good time. They're laughing kind of creepily. They're talking in weird tongues. They're not giving off good vibes. But it's hard to tell much past that.
do they have lamprey mouths? Are we too far to see that?
They don't. They're still humans, except for that one dwarf who definitely seems to be sort of like in the lead here. He's at like the head of the table, facing away from you, and he looks like he's in a bit better condition than the rest of them.
Corey's gonna yell out in Dwarven, "Hey, brother!"
And the dwarf turns around, and the rest of them look up, and the dwarf gives a big smile and a cackle, and he says, "Ah, fresh meat!" And they all sort of get up, grabbing spears. And we're gonna take a quick break there, guys. We'll just do a quick bathroom drink break. As they all sort of grab their weapons and start running towards you. So everybody in the chat, we'll be right back. In about 5 minutes or so.
I was expecting it to happen, but not like that.
No, no.
Not like this.
Truth be told, it was going to go for either Jack or John once you guys went through it, but once John did it, I just had to.
Oh yeah, totally. Like you look at the thing. What do you see? A green triangle.
Awesome. Yeah, everybody, give me your initiatives as.
What?
Oh boy.
Oh, and I will say this right now as a little helpful GM tip. You may want to burn luck on this initiative roll if you don't roll very well.
None
Oh,
of
look
us
at
have
that!
any.
Well, somebody gets a natural. Well, I mean, you can use.
I did.
You can use permanent.
Oh
luck.
right,
It's not
normal
just an-
luck. Yeah.
Also, you just got one there,
no.
John. Nice. And you guys do as you please. I'm more just letting you know. But John and John and Martin, not too bad.
I'm just letting you know, you might die if this next thing goes ahead of you.
Well,
You remember you guys were afraid of the
So,
pumpkin.
Could I burn luck like some from all of my characters, or like in an initiative roll, or is it from the character like that rolled the luck?
I will just say whichever character has the highest initiative, just use their luck if you want to burn their luck.
Okay, heard that. He also has the highest luck.
All right. Yeah.
Did you roll, Jack? Oh, that was the you got that 2 there.
Yeah, I'll go up to a 9.
Bring up to a 9. All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna burn 5 permanent luck and bring it up to an 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So-
I'll burn. I'm going to burn 4. Let's go for
Okay.
15.
Sounds good. That's actually really good, Martin. That's just enough to get above those other guys. So, all right. So, just to give you guys the idea of the room here, there's loads of weird bags hanging down from the ceiling. It's sort of like a weird sort of chamber. There's a table in the middle. There are 8 of these men and women and the one dwarf, so 9 enemies in total. There is a sort of fire pit in the further side of the room. So yeah. And Martin. All right. And they've all sort of gone up, grabbed spears and the like. Or sorry, clubs rather, not spears. John, you are first.
Okay. So how many of them are there?
There's 9. There's the dwarf in the scale mail and and 8 of these men and women who are just like these like feral kind of
They're gonna be easier
Yeah.
to hit. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
Fennec is
most
gonna
have like
just-
rags and stuff on them. They're not very hard to hit.
Mm-hmm. Fennec and Finthap are both going to charge just into the horde of ones without gear and just try and take out any of those if they can.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Fennec is going to swing with the club.
Oh my god, natural
Ooh.
20.
There we go.
Opportunistic strike, an extra 1d3. There you go. 5. Okay, well, so immediately just fucking cracks one across the face, breaking their jaw, nose, whole facial structure just breaks immediately, and they hit the ground dead. Fucking horrifying. Nice. Who's next?
Finthap, my other PC. Oh, Finthap, what will you? Oh, Finthap.
Oh, Finthap.
Oh, Finthap. Even if you hit someone, it would have been 0 damage.
Yeah, it goes up to 1 at least. Yeah, just to get a little.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's still
bonking.
like
Yeah,
mathematically.
yeah. Martin, your turn, man.
So, Thori, the dwarven miner, is going to pick up his pick and just try and bury it in one of these things.
Okay, sounds good. One of these feral people. Hey, nice.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, there we go.
Another.
1 damage.
That's your pick. Yeah, so that's something like a club. So you bash another one. They're still alive, but you did have some blood spray out of their skull. Who's next?
And Jago, the halfling vagrant, is going to pick up his club from the. He's probably dropped it. Pick it up from the floor and just wildly lash out with it in no
Okay.
particular direction, but really probably
Is he going for the one who got hurt already, or is he going for a different one?
I'm going to say that he probably just goes for anyone. So
Okay.
let's say a different one.
Sounds good.
He's not bright.
Oh god, yeah, he really isn't.
Unsurprisingly, he missed. Right, now, Corey, this obviously the sensible thing is just to go for the soft, squishy ones to reduce the number of attacks, but Corey's really pissed off that this dwarven guy that he hailed didn't respond to him as he expected, so he's going to go for the hard-to-hit dwarven guy in the scale mail.
All right.
Oh,
Oh boy. Yeah.
It almost got the 17, Martin.
Oh.
That's the worst part.
Yeah, so you sort of bounce off of his scale mail, unfortunately. Okay. So the next one who's going is the one who got who got beat by you, Martin. So he's gonna swing back at the one who hit him with the club or with the pick. Oh, they suck too though, so might be okay. Does 10 hit the guy who attacked with the pick?
10 and just about misses.
Just about misses. Nice. All right,
Just
so he
about
survives.
misses.
Just about misses.
thankful for agility modifiers today.
Yeah. And the next one's gonna go. 1-2 is on John. 3-4 it's on you, Martin, on the same character. Oh,
Yep.
Okay, it's on John's character.
Oh, John.
Poor John. All right, John. This is on
Finthap.
this is on your character who murdered a guy immediately.
Nice.
No.
So I want to tell you guys one thing about Fennec, and it's the reason I put chainmail on him. He has 1 hit point, but he's like he's the one that has the best odds of surviving.
He's awesome, other than the 1 hit
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
except for
that's
that one
Chrysanthemum
thing.
as well.
great.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh my god, the net modifier for her is like +4,
Yeah.
but she has 1 hit point.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
If they survive, they can do so much, right? But yeah.
yeah.
All right.
And then there's Finthap.
The next one, yeah. Listen, he's a trailblazer. You know, he's great in other ways. He's the next one's gonna go for let's say this one runs past your guys' group, and we'll say who is next, Jack or Dan? I can't remember which one.
As far as
Dan, you're in the
initiative.
front, right? Yeah. Sorry, no, Dan, you were in the front when you.
Yeah, I was in the front, definitely.
Yeah, so he's gonna go for. Let's see your characters. Dan, who's left alive? You got Pip,
Chisel, Pip, and Jedediah.
Okay, yeah. So he's gonna go for Jedediah. This one, the other one just screams with his club, running straight Jedediah. 15.
Stay back, that hits.
That hits. Yeah. Okay.
Believe
does.
it or not, that hits.
Oh, 1 damage. He's still alive. Yeah. So
Oh,
Jedediah
yeah.
gets bonked, but it hit like the club hits the ceiling before it hits you, taking a lot of the impact, and he's still good.
Yeah.
All
He
right.
got his pitchfork out in front of him and kind of.
Next is the dwarf, and you see him pull out this like beautiful whetstone. It looks like it's made of like some sort of weird white stone, and he slashes his axe against it, and the axe blows up into purple flame on the edge of it. That is his action, but he puts the whetstone away, and now he has this flaming axe with purple fire coming off of it. That's his turn, and then Jack, it's your turn.
All right.
Purple fire.
Yeah, I think Melithan Doyle would run forward to attack some of the mob, and I think Chrysanthemum would as well, but she would try to stay back.
Okay, sounds good.
So even though she's gonna stab, I guess one of them. We'll have Doyle go for the one that's already hurt.
Okay. So Chris is doing like a little hit and run tactic, try and go with like a
Yeah,
stab
pretty
and then run
much.
backwards.
Okay.
Okay,
There's
nice.
3 points for the one that was injured.
Nice. Well, that one's dead. Immediately just kills
Okay.
him, just enough what you needed. All right, who's
All right.
next?
Melith will go for none of the other ones are even hurt.
No,
right?
no. 2 are dead
Okay.
and the rest are fine.
Gonna
That's
miss.
gonna miss. Yeah.
And then
Their AC is
Chrysanth-
their AC is 11 in case you want to burn luck.
Okay.
Up to you. But yeah.
Yeah. And then Chrysanthemum
Ooh, nice hit.
damage.
Okay, yeah. So you get a little shank there.
Yeah,
I'll
she
just
ducks behind Melith, who is big.
I'll ask this, Jack. Are you going for one of the ones that have already gone, or one of the ones that are gonna go?
Oh, the ones that are gonna go, I think. It's
Yeah,
a
okay.
little bit of metagaming.
So
there,
they're still
but
yeah.
that's
Well, I mean,
fine.
it's a game. People get annoyed, but I think
Right,
it's
yeah.
totally fair tactic. Yes, you.
It's coincidental that those are the
Yeah.
ones that they're aiming at.
Yeah.
So I imagine like
Entirely.
one's getting up from the table and your character runs up and just shanks them in the back really quick. They're still alive, but they're like,
Yeah.
oh!
My spleen.
Yeah. But yeah.
Good thing I have another kidney.
Okay, Jack, and your next characters? Do you have Oh, those are all the
That's it.
characters. Yeah, okay. Dan, now it's your turn.
Okay, excellent. How many of the lessers are left?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And one of them's
injured.
badly hurt.
Okay. Jedediah screams, "Kill the leader!" And Pip, Chisel, and Jedediah are all going to rush
Okay.
the guy with the purple flaming sword.
Okay, well that one's gonna hit. Nice.
Oh man.
One,
For a
one
whole
damage.
point of damage.
Oh, that's right. The
Oh,
spear is
that's a
good. Isn't the
bummer.
spear a D8?
It's a
Yeah.
D8.
Oh,
yeah,
that's so rough.
Yeah, that's rough. Okay, so then Pip comes in with his long sword. Oof. And
nope.
Chisel comes in with his hammer.
That's also going to fail. His AC is 14. In case you want to burn luck.
Negative.
That flaming
One
sword looks bad,
damage,
but okay. Yeah, at 1 point. Anybody else going? Is that it?
Nope, that's it. That's all
Okay.
my characters. Yep.
All right,
that's
so
everybody.
the next one's the one who just got shanked. He's gonna try and club the shanker.
thank God.
6. Nope.
No,
Um,
thank God, she has 1 hit point.
Yeah.
If he hits, she dies. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the next one is going to follow suit and try and go after. We'll say, hey, Jedediah looks a little hurt. They're going to go for Jedediah.
Yep.
Does 12 hit Jedediah?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. And you take 4 damage.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Jedediah's done.
Jedediah just gets fucking smashed across the face.
Oh,
So that's
What weapon did Jedediah have?
He drops his pitchfork and sling. What's that?
Okay, that answered my question.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh boy. Okay. And the next 2 are going. Another one's gonna go for the one who was shanking because he's still there.
Go for someone else. Oh, no, she's
He's
dead.
up in the middle. Is dead? She's
She
dead.
dies.
Yeah. All right. She dies. Which one was that?
Boo. Oh, the only 2 characters I left are so bad.
So who's dead of yours, Jack? 'Cause I'm just gonna
Chrysanthemum and Jan.
and Jan. Okay, cool. All you guys know now. This funnel is different than other funnels. And then the last one, the death might be a little bit different than you realize. All right, the last one's gonna go. Who should I go for? Who? Martin. I haven't picked on you in a while. Who's up closest of your characters?
Oh, let's say it's going to have been Thori, I think.
Thoria. Oh, Thoria. Okay, sounds good. All right, so the last one of this turn's running at Thori with their club. Okay, that's definitely gonna hit. And Thori takes 1 hit point of damage. And Thori's still alive. All right.
Thori is still standing.
Okay, John, back to you.
Yeah, Fennec is going to move on to his next target, which happens to be anything in range.
Yeah, okay. Basically everything's in range here. So if you want to go for the one
Oh
who's
yeah,
hurt,
he's
you
just
can.
gonna wade into
Yeah.
the.
This is just a mosh pit of like feral people and peasants. So it's just you go for anybody you want, really.
And this one has armor and a billy club.
Yeah. Oh
shit.
god, it like dude bounced back on the 17 on my screen.
You know what the worst part about it going like bouncing back like that is that the die roll is predetermined based on what it rolls. So all that is, the game
It's
already
just
knows
fucking
it's
with
not
you.
going to be a 17.
Yeah.
So their AC's 11. Did you want burn luck?
Finthap will spend one of his luck, and I'll spend my fleeting luck.
Okay.
So
That's yeah.
Good call.
All right. So that's enough for the one who got shanked. You just sort of crack them. They're dead. Their head just hits the table. They sit back down, and they're gone. John, do you have anybody left, or is it just the two?
no, I just have the two.
Everybody's getting whittled down. All right, Martin, you're next.
So how many are left?
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys left, and the dwarf.
5 plus dwarf. Right. So what are we gonna do? Corey, the guy that originally held the dwarf, is really gonna go for this dwarf.
Okay.
He's not happy. You traitorous. And
It's not cannibalism if a dwarf eats a human, you know.
Oh boy. Okay. His AC is 14. Do you want burn luck to hit him?
yes, I do.
Okay. So I assumed. Yes, you hammer through. You start breaking up his armor a little bit. He's still alive, but yeah, he goes like, oh, as you get him quite a few times there, but he's still going.
There's a question. Can you spend luck on a damage roll?
No, you can't.
Never mind.
Yeah. However,
Below
people
9
that,
luck on a
people in
damage
the chat,
roll.
if they spend 100 bits, they can get you to do a reroll at any point. So there is that for anybody in the chat. But yeah, Martin, any other characters?
Yeah, so Thori, the other dwarven miner, is going to have a go at just anyone in the crowd, any of these peasants,
All right.
and swings pick wildly.
Oof.
Their AC's 11. Did you want to hit one?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
All right. So yeah. So this was Thori. Yeah, Thori kills another one. Just smashes right
Nice.
down them.
Nice.
That's get rid of that one there. Martin, do you have any other characters?
Yep. So Jago, the halfling vagrant, swears that he saw some wine on the table and goes, "That's mine!" and swings his club wildly in the air and heads towards the table.
Oh, that's great.
Oh no!
Oh.
He's too preoccupied on that bottle of wine and. Okay. So that's those ones. And then there's one after him. I'll say. Who's he gonna go for? Martin, you just went. John. You know what? Let's go after that halfling who's not really paying attention to the rest of the battle. Someone tries to swing a club at him as he's going for the wine. Okay.
Hey.
So he fumbles and misses, but he smashes the wine, unfortunately, with his wild miss. His club goes flying out of his hand. And I'll say he's without a weapon now. And he's sort of looking around trying to see where it went. So that'll be his next turn, trying to grab that if he survives to the next turn. Okay, and now it's the dwarf with the flaming purple axe. Who's been attacking the dwarf? Actually,
Yeah,
who got the big hit on the dwarf? Who is that? He's gonna go for them.
I think
Might have been Corey.
Yeah, that was Corey. Yeah, with the hammer. Okay, his turn. Oh god, I feel as if I'm attacking Marn, but oh well. Yeah, so he attacks you. Oh Jesus fucking Christ.
What does this thing do? What is this purple flaming axe?
It's
fucking +1 axe, which means it's going to
death.
almost insta-kill a PC.
It's fucking bad. Actually, it's worse than a +1 axe.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Wow, nice.
Wow, you are so fucking lucky, Martin. Holy shit. All right. So that's his turn. He swings wildly. Sparks go flying as he hits the ground. Jack, you're next.
So somebody died and dropped a pitchfork, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that was
Jedediah.
yeah, Jedediah. Yeah, go for it.
Melith go snag the pitchfork and try to
Yep.
stab the dwarf?
Absolutely.
All right, so he drops his staff because he's like, "Oh, that's pointy. That's obviously going to be better."
Yeah.
And grabs the pitchfork and tries to
Yep. Sounds good.
gut him. All right, hold on. Pitchfork's just a D8, right?
It's a D8, yeah.
Yep.
Spear.
You can you can go to the when it's not your turn. You can just grab the spear from the inventory slot. And just drag it over.
I just switched it around
Sweet.
in my thing. Okay,
Perfect.
there we go. Come on.
Nice.
There we
good,
go.
Good hit.
Nice.
Okay,
Only
he's
2 damage,
he's still
but-
alive, but he's looking bad. He's taking a few wounds now. He is bleeding. His armor's looking to get real like sort of dented and bloody now. But he is still going. All right, Jack. Next character.
Yeah, I think Doyle's gonna follow Melith's lead, just being like, "Well, that's the only guy that I know." So, and he's going to try to stab. Hey, there we go.
All right, nice.
Oh,
Nice,
boy,
nice,
nice.
So
nice,
that
nice,
is enough
nice.
to kill him. The dagger sort of like just gets right
It's
underneath.
the same
like,
thing as
armpit,
earlier, where
like-
Doyle just jumps on him.
Oh yeah,
and
it
keeps
starts just
stabbing.
going. He's dead.
Doyle's
and,
an idiot, literally. He's just like, just gonna keep going.
the axe falls out of this dead dwarf's hands, and he is gone. All right. Is that all your characters, Jack?
That's both of them, yeah.
All right. Dan?
Okay, Pip and Chisel. There's what, 3 or 4 of these underlings left?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 left.
4 left. Did they react at all to their leader going down?
No, they seem just fucking feral.
They're
as hell. Like,
crazy.
None of them seem scared of anybody going down, and they are just fairly attacking you.
Oh, cool.
You probably see a few of them licking their lips as like they see blood coming out of some of you.
Excellent.
They look
So,
hungry.
Pip and Chisel.
Oh, natural 20. So that's a
Nice,
fleeting
nice.
luck. So
Okay,
you
cool.
immediately kill one. Yeah.
Excellent.
So that one's gone.
And then yeah, so Pip comes in with his longsword like a true knight in his own right, and cuts this dude off at the knees.
Oh, love it.
And Chisel comes in. What was their AC?
11.
11? I'll burn I'll burn a fleeting luck and a permanent luck.
Okay,
wait, for 1? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. No,
Okay.
I'll go. Yeah, I'll
Sounds
go
good. Yeah, so there's 3 of them
That's
left. All right. So the last 2. Let's see here. You have so many characters here to choose from to kill.
on.
You know, John, I haven't attacked you in a while. One of them goes.
You
for,
haven't, yeah. I've been
goes-
quietly sitting here.
John's like in the corner. Just like,
Don't mind me.
It's a fun game, huh, guys?
Who's alive? Finthap and Fennec?
And Fennec, yeah.
All right, Finthap's on the chop and block as one tries to hit him with the club.
Mhm.
Natural
oh God.
20. Let's just do the
no.
D4 first before doing anything else, and then we'll
Sure.
see. 3, does that kill Finthap?
That brought him down to 0, yeah.
Yeah, Finthap's gone. His head just cracked open, like a pumpkin. And yeah, that's that one's turn. Oh boy. And now the next one is going to go for. Let's go for Pip. Pip, you have the big sword. You just went in. This guy's gonna try and club you.
Nice.
Oh, 6. I'm assuming you're good. All right, John, back up to
Nice,
you, buddy.
nice.
It's Fennec.
Just got Fennec left now, so he's gonna just... he didn't like Finthap, but he's still gonna try and brain the guy that hit him.
Mm-hmm. Nice, and that's enough to kill him. So he's
Ooh.
gone. You brain him as well.
Good luck.
All right.
Mhm.
Martin, it's your turn. There's 2 guys left.
Right, so nothing to say here. Just rolling dice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh man.
Come on.
Oh gosh.
Hmm.
All right.
Oh,
Jack, it's you only have 2 left,
Oh.
correct, Martin? Or do you have 3?
No, I've
Oh,
I've
you
got
have
3.
3. Oh, that's good to
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know why'd I go for
Martin.
John. Oh.
Quiet.
Oh, I see you didn't pipe up when I was going for John there.
No.
Nice,
stay
good
quiet.
big hit. Still alive, but barely. These two are not going to be lasting long here. Jack, it is your turn now.
Yeah, Doyle finishes up his. Well, now his disco suit is covered in blood.
I forgot the suit.
He like finally finishes, just like, oh, I should stop stabbing this guy. The red water came out and he's not moving anymore. And
He's gone still.
he probably leaves the dagger in and then grabs the axe and is like, that was actually pretty fun. And then dives toward maybe like the not hurt guy.
Awesome. Yeah. So this is a battle axe, so it's a D10.
Oh my god. And he's immediately cursed and dies.
But yeah,
He
just
picked up the cursed battle axe.
yeah,
I got
just roll with it. There's no bonus thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Christ.
Wow.
Jesus
Wow,
Christ.
holy
So
shit.
yeah,
This dude is a monster.
yeah. So you
Holy
kill him,
shit.
and also just so you know, because I guess you would notice after using it, you do an extra D6 flame damage as well. But the guy's dead.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So we've got a simpleton just.
Yeah, just
Killer.
wielding this purple fire axe.
Mhm.
Okay, so that one is gone. Did you go for the one who was injured or not injured, Jack?
The unhurt one.
Okay,
The
yeah.
unhurt
So
one,
you just
specifically,
split him down the middle, and he just sort of like he's
Oh my
cauterized and
God.
just falls over.
Oh, it's like a lightsaber kill.
Yeah.
The ones that they never show on screen
Yeah.
because then they have to
Yeah.
make the movie PG-13.
Yeah.
Then Melith will go for the other one.
Okay, and he's does not have a lot
Try
left.
to brain him down here.
Yeah.
What's
Okay,
wrong then?
that's your
Why'd that
20. Give
roll?
yourself a fleeing luck, and that
Oh.
one.
Oh, right.
Oh,
I was
right,
like, wait,
right
why did it
through-
roll 2 damage dice? And I was like, oh, 20.
Yeah. Okay. Also, that was a pitchfork through the eye, so you just sort of just right through his head.
Oh. It goes right into both eyes, like 2
Yeah.
at a time. Just,
Yeah.
Mm,
and
nice.
he
they
just
pop out.
yeah.
on the way out.
And it just goes limp and falls, and they are all dead.
All of my
Nice.
rolls this game have either been like a 17
Yeah.
or a 2.
Yeah. You gotta
No
get
in
both
between.
ends of the bell curve so you can have your
Yeah,
overall
exactly.
score be in the middle.
All right. Good job, guys. That was intense. I didn't know how that was gonna go. I'm not gonna lie. That was-
Yeah, I
Did we?
didn't think we were gonna make it.
I lost one. John lost one.
I lost
Dan,
one.
did you lose one? Oh, wow,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Lost my best PC.
That's-
Yeah, me too.
That always hurts. That always stings.
No, it hurts. The writing was on the wall.
If it helps, I only have my best PC now, and again, glass cannon, right?
Yeah. God.
So-
Somehow Melith has 6 hit points.
Fucking look, sometimes that's all what makes
That's
a
amazing,
PC
yeah.
the best PC.
That's our dog water.
Amazing.
Alex, so looting the room.
Yeah, okay, that's what I
Yes.
assumed. So we'll do the interesting stuff first, then we'll do the boring stuff. So,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, are there any dwarves left alive? I'm assuming there are some.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got 2.
3.
Okay, so after.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, yeah. So after about 20 seconds or so, I think at this point, the flame goes out. But this whetstone, I'd say the dwarves know about this, is obviously a magical whetstone. It seems like normally once per day, you can put this on any sort of bladed weapon, and it gets fire sort of coated onto it for 7 rounds, doing an extra d6 damage with every attack. It seems like whatever chaotic magic, though, is happening here, you can still feel there is still, it seems like, some power left in this whetstone. It seems like it might have one more use left today, but normally it does not have this level of power. The next thing is you guys sort of go through the different hanging bags. The first cool thing you find is what looks like 7 gold pieces and a blue topaz of rare clarity worth 100 gold pieces. So I'm assuming somebody's writing this. I don't know who's writing down the treasure, but yeah.
Oh.
I'm assuming it looks like Martin
Martin's
was writing it
got it.
down. So yeah, Martin,
Okay.
you're the treasurer now. Now that you
Right.
Oh yeah, you've just been nominated to be permanent treasurer because you were writing.
Yeah. And so you find 6 silver pieces as well. And I believe that is everything in this room so far. Or not so far. Sorry, that's the only thing in this room. Yeah. So yeah,
There is a
go ahead.
dwarf-sized set of scale mail as well.
Yes, also skin mail. Thank you for reminding me. That's
Only
actually-
slightly punctured by a dagger 150
Yeah.
times.
That's very important. Yeah, it can fit dwarves, and I'll allow halflings as well to wear it. But humans and elves are too long
Yeah.
for it.
Shit.
It's like a belly top.
And the
Oh,
other thing you find, John, as you're sort of walking around, is that it looks like there's a back entrance that was covered by a big blanket. As you were sort of looking around, you found it, so it looks like there's a way out of here.
Well. And I'm going to take Fintap's staff instead of my club. Just because it has a bit more reach, in theory. More like in addition to my club, to be honest.
Chisel's gonna kind of take a look at the dwarven scale mail and then look over to the dwarven brothers and the halfling, and he says, "I'll roll you for it." And he brings out some dice he's got in his pocket. You want to roll for it?
Oh, sounds fair to me.
How about D20 highest gets it?
Yeah, or we could also do... Yeah, let's do that. That's easiest. We could also do luck, but I think I like that. That's just simple.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, that's a 14 for Dan.
Ooh.
Oh, man. All right, Dan.
And Chisel's like, yeah!
And then the pumpkin bursts through.
Yeah.
Grabs him and...
Immediately.
Yeah.
Oh man. The meanest GM.
Yeah.
Anyway, that pumpkin's back, you guys.
Yeah.
Did you say that these people were picking up spears as we came into the room?
They have clubs. I said spears by accident, but they actually have clubs.
Right.
Yeah,
Never mind.
I was kind of like, if he tells me there's spears here, I'm going to take one of those, but nah.
Yeah. Never mind.
But yeah, also, who took the whetstone, by the way? Because you can put that whetstone on any blade weapon. It's not just the axe, but I don't know if you guys who was grabbing that.
Do people have a bladed weapon? I got a
damn.
hammer.
Well,
I
would say the axe, the long sword.
I have a long sword.
I would honestly, I'd even allow stuff like a spear or pitchfork. I think that still sort of counts. It's there's sort of a blade at the end of it. So daggers. So there's a lot of blade weapons. So it's up to you guys who wants it.
Well, Jack has been rolling the best.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I mean, the
feel
battle
like
axe does do the
really-
most raw damage already. So
I feel like if we give it to Doyle,
He'll never hit again.
just like if we give it to Doyle, I don't like the idea of what'll happen, but I think it'll be
I feel
effective.
Melith is like, maybe not. As Doyle's like, what? Like he's holding the axe, and it's like, as he's just moving, he's unable to turn his head without also moving his arms.
Turning the, he can only turn his full body.
He's like a rig for like when you see like a first person game in third person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except that he's got a fucking battle axe in his hand.
Yeah. I think it makes sense for someone else to have it since he already snagged the battle axe as well.
Yeah, true.
It's of no use to me. I've got clubs and blunt things.
Okay.
Pip's got a long sword. Yeah, Pip's got a long sword. So
They
so
cut that guy off at the knee.
That's true. Chisel kind of picks up the whetstone and kind of motions for Pip to hand over the longsword, and he's the one that kind of and it lights up, and he passes it back off to Pip.
Wait, so
And
you
Pip's
just
kinda
used it?
Well, wait, why does it? It only lasts.
It lasts for 7
Oh,
rounds.
Okay. So it's something I should use like when we're gonna
It's like,
fight. That's the idea. It's
the
not like an all day.
power.
It's not like an all day thing. Yeah, it goes
Yeah.
out like fucking 20 seconds later.
Yeah. So basically,
Okay. I'll wait.
yeah, it's all good. Yeah, but you motion that you do that and then hold it up as if it's on fire, but
Yeah.
obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
We all have to use the power of imagination.
Yeah.
And Chisel says that's how you would do it right before you put things back unused.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah. Dan, give yourself 3 lugs. That was fucking funny. Yeah. So basically, just the way it works is once per day, you can use it, and for 7 rounds, you have an extra 1d6 fire die basically on it. So yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And
Awesome.
just if you're using it, just keep track of the rounds like yourself, just so you can keep.
No problem.
But yeah,
Most fights don't last that long, so
no, they really don't.
No.
So
Yeah.
it's
one
basically a
fight.
one combat sort of thing that yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys. So there's a way out of here. You guys have seemed to have scavenged everything you possibly could out of this gross room.
Let's get out of here. It stinks. I've been in ships that smell better than this.
Well, if you move that curtain at the back entrance, I think you should take it easy. Make sure there's no traps on this one as well. If you're not careful, there'll be a log on your head again.
Melith
Yeah,
grabs
that's,
the pole from
Start
Chris.
poking it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no roll here. You sort of check. It seems like you check for trap wires or like any sort of like pressure plates, anything like that on the seams. It seems clear of any traps. I would love if somebody trapped their own living room. That'd be great. Just like
Just be a dick.
I mean,
Yeah.
someone must have at some point.
True. That is true.
If only with arsenic wallpaper.
Oh God. So you guys open up this next door here, and the air in here is even worse than that of the last chamber. This room is dim, and the only light sources are a few beams of light streaming in through tiny gaps in the wall to the main chamber. You get the sense of several people are here, mostly squatting on the floor, but you cannot make them out in the dim light. Several bundles hang from the ceiling here as well. I'll also say from the light, you guys can see that it looks like there's a trap door on the ceiling that leads up, but you don't really see any other way out of here.
How far to the trapdoor?
It's kind of like a ladder, or not a ladder, sorry, an attic. You know how you sort of have like you
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of have to like.
Oh no, I
hook
was
it.
just like, is the trapdoor like, if one were to step through the doorway, is the trapdoor immediately there, or is it?
No, sorry, it's sort of like in the middle of the room. It seems like the people are kind of strewn about. You could probably get to it without touching anybody if you want to. But yeah, it's just like sort of like in the middle of the room.
Fennec is like, I don't trust this. He pops back out into the other room, takes a candle out of his waterproof satchel, and just lights it and puts it back into the other room to get a bit better view about what's going on.
Yeah.
You and your candles.
So so
Both PCs, two PCs had one. I hope this doesn't have the same effect as the last.
Yeah. You put it through, and another jack-o'-lantern comes and grabs you.
Oh no!
No, your candle lights up this dark room, and you can see around. There's probably about 7 old people. They look a lot like the people you just murdered, but they're much older. Their arms are lengthened too long. Their faces are all sort of almost look like a melted candle. They're all messed up. They all look sick. They're coughing. They are not in a good way. Do you want to give me an intelligence check, John?
I would love to.
And this is just a DC you want higher. It's not like the luck check. It's okay.
15.
You see in the far corner. It seems like it hasn't really noticed you guys. But you see what looks like a man that has turned somewhat lamprey-like. You can't really tell everything about him, but it looks like both the head and the arms are basically giant, sort of not giant. Sorry, they're sort of like longish, tentacle, sluggish kind of things. It looks like a person in the middle of some sort of weird transformation. But right now they seem to just be sort of moaning and sort of lying on the floor on the far side of the room.
Mm-hmm. Well, Martin, none of us have backstab bonuses to to benefit from. I've got a quarterstaff, and that's about it.
Throw daggers, right?
Yep. Yep, you can.
So I think Fennec's gonna kind of like cautiously enter the room and move towards the trap door.
Okay.
Holding his candle like ahead of him and just like, oh geez, I really hope I don't cause any of these to attack me. That would be not great.
Yeah, you slowly start taking your steps in there. You kind of walk by them. They don't seem to react to you or your candlelight as you sort of walk by slowly. And yeah, you get to beneath the trapdoor.
Pip and Chisel are will be following right along behind him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use the quarterstaff to try and like poke the trapdoor open.
Yeah, so you poke it, but it has like a ring on it, sort of like, you know how like addicts you kind of like hook it and bring it down, it's like the
pull it down.
Yeah, so you're able to sort of hook it with your staff and like pull the ring, and you're able to like check that there's no traps or anything, but you pull it and like it looks like a ladder. You sort of jump out of the way, but the ladder sort of shoots downwards and hits the ground, and it looks like it's just a shaft that goes way up into darkness. You can't really see all the way up it, but it looks like it's more rickety ladders.
and I blow out the candle and up I go.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just like, oh boy.
Yeah. So you start climbing up the ladder, and what about everybody else?
Yep.
So Dan, you
Follow.
through. Okay. Jack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jack and Martin. Yeah, you guys follow. Yeah, you guys make your way through very quietly. They don't
Close
seem
it
to.
behind us.
Yeah. You pull up the rest of the ladder that sort of went down and close the trapdoor, and start going up the ladder. So this passageway goes up into darkness. The interior wall has handholds that allow you to climb up into it. And there are several small holes in the opposite wall and a few beams of light illuminating it. So sort of like before, there's little bits of light. I think this did a terrible job explaining it. It's just like the last shaft of ladders. There's light coming through. You can kind of see stuff. John, since you're up there first, as you're grabbing some of the handholds, you found that you actually grabbed onto a skeletal hand and sort of pulled it a bit, and some of the rubble kind of moved. There's no skeleton that jumped out or anything like that, but it seems like as you sort of grab the skeleton arm, it comes out of all this rubble. And it seems like wherever you are, it seems like there's some sort of weird little maybe tunnel here next to you. The ladders keep going up though as well, so there's.
Oh, okay. Wow, sure would be handy if I had a candle. All right. And he's gonna whisper down, just like, there's some kind of tunnel to the side here. Careful. Yeah. Got a skeleton in it. And then he proceeds to climb further up.
Okay, he keeps going up. All right. What about everybody else?
I mean, when my characters get to it, can I see down it at all, or is it pretty dark?
So it seems like whatever's here is sort of blocked up by debris. You could probably try and pull some of the debris out. Some of the rocks and stuff might hit the people below you. But yeah, you can't really see with how dark it is, but you can definitely feel that it's sort of loose here.
Keep climbing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just like nothing.
Very tempting.
Like whatever the risk
something really
calculation,
cool there.
right? Because we've lost so many PCs is now. Ah, jeez.
And someone died in there, right? There was a skeleton, so
Right?
yeah.
I'm sure he loved what he found so much that he stayed until he died. He just lived there.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So the shaft continues another 60 feet until it enters a chamber 30 feet by 30 feet and opens to the huge main room of the prison. Several of the huge glowing insects buzz about, resting in the chamber for a moment before they fly off. So you guys looking down see that you're actually 10 feet above that giant tree branch I mentioned before. This is the tree branch that's holding the cage. And you see that this branch is actually a part of the organic construct that is this prison. The branch is 6 feet at the widest point. And you guys can try and make a jump to or if anyone wants to make a jump to the branch, you can. It is dangerous, but there doesn't seem to be any other way there other than if you have some creative means of doing so.
Let's lower a rope.
Yeah, that's a good creative way to do that.
We've got a hook and a rope. Let's not fuck
Yeah.
around here, guys. I don't want to break my ankle and die from jumping 10 feet.
Yeah. Pip secures the grappling hook in a proper place.
Well, hang on a minute. If we wanted to be really creative, we could actually take the 10-foot pole and we could create some sort of
Slide down?
sliding pole. Yeah, we could lash that on somehow so that we could actually.
This place
rather
is
than
great,
just going-
guys.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
How wide's the opening of the door, actually?
The
Like,
opening of the
that
door you
leads
just
out.
came through?
No, yeah, the one that leads out onto the branch.
It's not even really a door. It's more just like sort of an opening chamber. Let's see here.
Threshold.
It says 30 by 30, so.
Oh, so we're just like standing up above.
Yeah, basically, imagine you're also
Okay.
on a cliff's edge, basically. That's
Okay, it's not like a room. It's like the top.
No,
of,
yeah, it's like the top. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Honestly, you know what? Let's see here. I won't be able to show this to chat, but I'll show it to you guys just because. This will actually maybe just make it a little bit easier for you guys to visualize this. One quick second. Since you guys have basically already gone through the entire thing here.
Show us the map.
Ooh, are we getting to see the map?
Yeah, it'll just make it easier for you guys to understand what's going on here.
Totally.
I'll just post it there.
Is it a cool Doug Kovacs map?
It's a really nice map. Though a little bit confusing here and there with some of the descriptions, but yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I posted there to the.
Ooh, that
DC,
is cool.
Yeah, I posted there to the DCC.
It's a little
text.
different style than they normally do. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, cool.
It's very like storybook.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
It's in the DCC text.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was still looking at Foundry for some reason. 'Cause
Oh yeah,
not
no,
right.
it's all good. I should
love
put
how
in there. Yeah.
In both illustrations, the Titan
Very
looks
cool.
completely different.
I know. They had different artists, so they all had
He's
their
got a
own.
big nipple in that illustration.
Yeah,
It's got a real-
Very large. Yeah. Really hanging out there.
real full-size aerial.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
You're so mature. I say the word aerial and you all start laughing.
Yeah, like I said, Pip's gonna secure that grappling hook and
Okay.
kind of drop it over the edge.
Sounds good. And you guys
did-
are also using a pole for something, or are you guys doing one or the
No,
other?
I was being silly.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I'm like, we can't climb back up the
Ridiculously
pole.
over-engineered solution.
Yeah, I was a little confused as to how the pole's gonna work out, but I was like, all right, whatever. Let's see how this works. But yeah. So
Does the rope
Go ahead.
hang far enough to like hang down to the cage?
Ooh, that's actually a really good question.
We have a second. Do we have just the one rope that's attached to the grappling hook, or do we have a second rope?
Yeah,
I
it
think
reaches,
just
it reaches
the
it.
one. I think.
just have the one.
The cage. The cage is hanging off, like it's still gonna be a precarious kind of deal trying to open up that cage, but it does lead down to there. It is much better. It's much better than having to clamber your way down to it. So I'd say yes, it does. It does meet it.
Okay. Nice.
Okay.
Like probably just barely. Like it
Yeah.
just meets it.
Like literally, your hands are holding the end of the rope and your feet are just about touching the cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would actually like to like tie off around my waist, like to the end of the rope, and then lower.
Yeah,
Pip
you could.
down.
You could do that. Yeah, you could do that. I don't think that'd be an issue.
Okay, and then kind of like let myself down until I'm like kind of hanging there by my waist.
The question here is: are you guys all going down onto the branch? The branch is definitely big enough to support all of you and your weight. Like it is 6 feet across. It is precarious, but it is a really big branch.
Before we do, I'd like to do one. I see there's a little overhang underneath us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to just poke my head there so I can see whether or not there's a fucking jack-o'-lantern under there.
Nice.
You know what, John?
There's a goddamn jack-o'-lantern
I
under
see
there.
this big old green eye looking back at you,
No.
and then your last character gets taken.
No, what I'm gonna say is this: is that because you're just looking for it, I'm gonna say you know where it is. It's not below you; it's above you. It is above the group. It hasn't come down. But I'll say as you like sort of look up and then look down under the overhang. But yeah, you see where it is. It hasn't come down to you guys, but it's probably just about 30 feet away. It's really close. It seems to not have noticed that you've noticed it just yet, but it looks ready to spring an attack on you guys.
Someone once told me never put ideas in the GM's head. Never.
It seems like the way it's tensed, it looks like it's waiting for you guys to start going down that rope.
Fennec points this out to the group. He's just like,
It's like
What's up there?
Pip's literally about to like hop off the edge, is like and kind of pulls himself up real quick. What should we do?
well,
Maybe
we can't stay here forever.
So I imagine you guys are all doing like a really trying your best to not look up at it while still trying to keep an eye on it. Like you guys are all trying to talk as if you're like, Dad, no one's noticed it. We're just like going about our business.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I assumed. I just want to make sure.
Jago goes to the rest of the group. He says, "Oh, you know what we could do? Thori's got a lantern, so we could light the lantern and then we could throw it on the Titan, and that looks like big and furry, and I reckon that would piss it off. And if it was sort of flailing around, all on fire and all that sort of stuff, I reckon that would distract the lantern. Maybe, possibly."
give it a try.
It'd also wake up the Titan. who then stand on,
Oh.
who would then maybe stand on several, perhaps pieces of Lego equivalent traps. I'm just
Maybe
saying.
we should keep that in our back pocket.
Yeah, like I feel like that's a really good idea, but also
in the maybe pile.
yeah.
It's a high risk shit or bust solution, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
High
a-
risk, high reward, but
Yeah. I think if everything goes wrong, that's a great idea.
yeah, totally.
I'll tell you what. I'll get that lantern lit, and if it's necessary, then I'll just sort of throw it a little bit over there. If it goes
Throw
wrong,
it a little bit.
Throw it a little bit.
I only do a little bit of throwing a flaming lantern onto an elder being.
fine.
Thanks. Like yeah. Okay, come on. We have to go. Look. If we just stay here, we'll starve to death. And he looks. He's like, I've got an idea. He leans back and looks up at the lantern. He's like, I fucking see you. The lantern has never taken one of us if we can see it.
That's technically correct.
Correct.
Kind of
Just
an
leans back,
ambush
he's like, I see
predator.
you up there. I'm hoping it's kind of like a cat when you're looking at it.
You know what, John? Give me a luck check.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Oh, I thought that was me too.
Yeah.
Can fleeting luck affect a luck roll?
No.
No.
Okay.
Dan, you're the one who told me that. Remember?
Remember?
Oh, did I?
Yeah, right.
You bastard.
Well, I guess I was. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Good point.
But
Nice try.
so this creature, basically, as you say that, the creature says, "I told you, you should have left while you still had the chance. I guess I'm just gonna have to kill you now." And he starts crawling his way down towards you guys. And we're just gonna do initiative. He only makes about 5 feet before we'll do this.
Oh God.
So
Right on. Okay.
Guys,
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not proud of my decision to talk to the thingamajig, but also
I think it was a good move.
Yeah. Also, this is
Ooh,
probably
alright.
a good time to use the whetstone as well.
probably, yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we're probably not gonna have another encounter today.
One way or the
other. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Pip's going for it for sure.
So Martin, you got fleeing luck there.
Cool. We're gonna need that.
Yeah. Okay. And then let's see here. We also got 17 next. Dan's at 13. And John, you got 7, correct? I think.
Yep.
That's you. All right. And let's see here. We got +3. Okay.
I heard a +3 happening.
So we got, yeah. So Jack is gonna go after you.
Fucking pumpkin. Okay.
So I'm feeling nice. But yeah. Not so nice, not like an attack. All right, Martin. Go ahead. You're first. I don't know if you
So
can do anything.
Jago looks at his lantern and just puts it down.
They kicked it off the edge.
One thing I'll say right now to you guys as well is that you guys can hold your turns. You may go first. You can say you can hold your character's turns until he gets closer if you want to. Part of level 0 is that there's a lot of creativity that you guys are gonna need to survive any sort of thing, especially this fucking thing. But yeah.
Thori and Corey are just gonna book it for the rope and try and get down to the top of this cage.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, here's the thing. The rope is currently tied around Pip's waist, and he's standing on the edge of the ledge here.
Okay. So it does.
Martin, unless Dan's character fights you on it, you can use one character and tie it and tie the other one up, and the other one can go down if that's what you want to do.
No, I'm not gonna fight him on it.
Yeah,
No.
I didn't think you would, but I also just wanted to.
I
Yeah.
do kind of love the idea. You could also pick up Dan's character.
Yeah,
and jump.
throw him off the edge.
You push.
You ever been bungee jumping?
Get 2 people down immediately. It only takes a couple
Ooh.
seconds to fall.
Yeah. So
50 feet, it'd be fine.
Yeah.
let's say that Corey's the one that's gonna hold the rope, and Thorry's gonna go down.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just having a look at this map again. I think, yeah. And does it look like rope that's attaching this cage to the branch?
Like it's on like a hook from
Yeah,
the
it's like
drawings.
it's like a big twine. That rope or whatever it is giant. Like to cut through that would take quite a bit of effort. Like
Can
it's-
I
Right,
use
okay.
Can I use Doyle's 4 intelligence
Yeah.
to do the one thing that he's good at? You said this is a woven cage, right?
Yeah.
Does Doyle know exactly which things you need to cut to not destroy the cage, but to get in?
Yeah, I would say he would know if he's able to sort of like go look at it and like point out what parts to like open up, like what parts to like cut away.
Can he like stare down and like yell out like he's like the 2 neurons firing in his brain? He's like 5 harness satin, 3rd weft.
Yeah, yeah, Jack. Give yourself a fleeting luck, and yes, you can use his turn to do that. Or it's just like it's that Rain Man thing of like all the numbers
He's a
appearing in
savant,
front
yeah.
of his head. Yeah.
He
Is
knows
he a
one
basket
thing.
weaver? What
Yeah.
what is it? What's his
He's a
deal with
basket weaver.
the?
He's a
He is a
by
he's a
trade.
weaver. Okay, that's
He's
awesome.
a weaver, yeah. Martin, your character who sort of goes off the edge there, like now that you can actually see into the basket now that you're near it, you can see that there's what looks like from your vantage point, you look down the woven cage, and it's a wretched-looking creature, vaguely feminine with dark green skin. She sits holding her knees and has what appears to be a green cloak around her shoulders. And she sees you sort of jump down closer to her, and she says, "Please, please, let me out. I can stop the creature. Just let me out."
How do I get you out?
And like as you're like Jack, you're saying that you're sort of telling him what to do.
He's like pointing.
Yeah, he points out which ones you're able to sort of cut open. And you do. I'll say you can't get through all of them this turn. But you get through most of them, and next turn you'll be able to open it up.
So is it also possible for Jago the drunken halfling to go down the rope?
He can use an agility check to clamber down the rope. Yeah, if you want him to try and get this thing open this turn. Yeah. But it will be an agility check.
Let's. And his agility is not terrible.
Okay.
Nice.
That doesn't
And
mean
he's
you
got
roll
luck.
well.
But he does. Yeah, and like you see him, like your halfling clambers down there, cuts open the rest of what needs to be cut open, and you see that this woman, let's see here, do I have it? No. What was around her was not a cloak, but in fact her bat-like wings that she has, and she flies out of the cage shrieking and torpedoes her way straight to the big jack-o'-lantern. And you see her put like 2 of her like talon-like feet onto the jack-o'-lantern, and her other arms grab their side, and just starts ripping off chunks of this big jack-o'-lantern, just destroying it, ripping off vines. Like the vines are trying to like protect itself, and she just tears those off too, lets out a shriek, and when the last green flame of this creature goes out, the entire reality around you guys starts breaking down. Like you see cracks going up all the walls. It starts to fizzle and pop. The Titan goes like, "What?" as he wakes up and looks up. And you see
Fat
down.
Albert's it.
Yeah. As like as reality destroys itself around him. And you guys see very much like at the end of the bridge, at the bottom of this sort of egg-like prison, a just big sort of chaotic portal opens up down at the bottom 120 feet below. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna shout up at our savior ? The woman in blue sent us. She said you'd be an ally.
and she lets out like a cackle, and she thanks you, though you get the sensation that whatever she is, she definitely is not a good creature, as she seems to be really, like, it seems like she's only barely holding herself off from tearing out your flesh. You see like almost like hunger in her eyes before she drops 120 feet through the portal, saying one last thank you before disappearing into wherever she goes beyond.
Well, fellas,
We didn't
I guess
see any other way out of here, right?
one step beyond, and he just
Yes.
steps off the edge and just does a pencil drop,
Yeah,
like
and
just
you,
hands to his sides.
yeah, and you just sort of pencil drop right through into the portal. What about everybody else? Are you guys following?
Yeah, Pip
Ella-
kind of has the whetstone and the longsword in his hand, and like he's about to hit it, and she flies out of the cage and kills this jack-o'-lantern, and reality crumbles, and he hops off the edge, and Chisel follows.
Awesome. Yeah, so you guys jump off. You go through the portal as well, and everybody else.
Doyle is still standing at the edge, pointing at the cage. He's like counting the strands. And Ellis goes like jump off and just shoves Doyle off as he jumps.
He gets like the last thing he wanted to count just as he goes through the portal.
Yeah, Doyle's tumbling as
Yeah.
Melith kind of semi-gracefully jumps down.
Yeah. So you go through, and Martin.
So, what happens? So Corey goes, oh, hang on, let me untie this. And before he gets a chance, Thorry's already dived off, forgetting that the rope's attached to him, pulls Corey right off the edge. He follows him down, connected to a piece of rope. And Jago goes, oh, someone promised me some wine at the end of this. And he just literally does a full dive off with two hands
Swan
in front of him.
Like Scrooge McDuck.
Like a dive into a pile of money.
Yeah, so you guys
You
all
just missed the portal.
Yeah, it closes. It closes. It's just the mouth of the Titan opens up and just gobbles you. All right, that was awesome. You guys jump through, and you all smack the ground, and you guys are back at this cliffside that you were there before. But let's see here.
The cliffside, like before we got on the bridge.
Yeah, right there. You're back where you started, basically. And the woman in blue is there with her heads still out. You notice that some of the heads have now changed to some of the people who have died along this little journey. You see like Jedediah's head, and I can forget anybody else who died.
Rudy and freaking
White and Fintap.
Yeah, and you see their heads are now being held. And she says, the time is not right for me to confront our enemies directly. If I were to project my real form into this world, they would instantly be aware of my presence, and I could marshal all their forces for an attack I am not yet prepared to answer. But have no fear, I am already working on gathering my allies, the first of which is Dresda. How good it is to say her name without fear of discovery. Soon our gathered power will be too great to resist, and then we shall strike and chase our enemies from reality itself. And on that day, my brave warrior allies, yours shall be the dominion of the world. And she says that the tear in reality happens again as that massive wheel from like outer space kind of breaks through the sky. And she tells you can all get one spin each. So the way this works is going to be, I don't want to say time consuming, but this is going to be an interesting little thing. And we're going to go person by person. John, we're probably going to start with you because you have the least amount of people. Probably be the easiest to start us off.
Alrighty.
You roll a d20, modified by your luck, but you want higher. Higher is better.
Okay.
And which character was this?
This is Fennec Byrne.
This is Fennec. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Right.
Sounds good.
So, it's a +0. So for my luck, so just roll 20.
Roll d20.
9.
Okay. So, minor change to the character's stars. The character receives a permanent +1 to their luck score and must re-roll their birth augur and lucky roll. The change is permanent. This change also, let's see here. Do you want subtract or add, John?
I will add.
Okay. You're now 11 months older as well.
Oh boy.
And also, you now have Let's say I'll let you choose. You have either different eye or hair color.
Oh, I've got a different eye.
Yep. Just a singular eye. You got the
Just singular eye.
yeah.
One of my
So,
eyes is different.
so like every OC from anybody who's
You
like
could
written
be
their
our
first-
angle or our devil.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm just like, no, his new eye is not even human. It's
It's a sheep eye. It's the weird
Cat eye.
tri-lobe.
sideways.
Oh, it's terrible. I hate it.
Where's my sheep? Is Rudy
You left
the
it in
sheep
the
anywhere?
mule.
I forgot.
Oh yeah, no,
Did they get a spin?
the sheep is still in that reality that destroyed itself.
Wait, what happened to the mule?
Oh no.
Oh, the mule you brought with you, I think, didn't you?
Right up the
I
ladder.
think we
Yeah,
left
yeah,
at the
it
bottom
does.
of the stairs.
Did
Of
it
the
get a
ladder.
spin?
But yeah, so John, just for you, just remember, yeah. So you have +1 to your luck score, and just re-roll your birth augur, and you can do that on your own there. I don't know if you need it. I think you have the
Yeah, I'll be
DCC
doing that
core book.
while you do the rest of the guys.
All right, Jack, we'll do you next because you have what, 2 characters?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah,
All
D20
right.
modified by luck.
This one first. So this is for Doyle.
All right, Doyle. Ooh, 14 or 13.
13.
Okay, significant change to the character's stars. The character receives a permanent +1 to their luck score and re-rolls their birth augur and lucky roll, but may choose the new roll or keep the old one. And if you choose the new one, then your appearance changes. So, okay, nice.
Oh,
Okay, so 19.
wait. That should be a 20 actually. Sorry. I accidentally clicked on Doyle's
Okay,
luck.
that's actually really important. Stars completely change. Do you want me to re-say anything for the first person, or are you good?
Hold on. Yeah, it's so a permanent +1 and I re-roll luck.
Yeah, so for you for
Modifier to luck?
so for Dyer, yeah, permanent +1 to your luck score. Just
Okay.
like the
The
big
score
number.
itself.
Yes. And you re-roll your birth augur and lucky roll. But you can choose if you want to keep the old one or the new one.
Okay, re-roll.
The other thing we can do too for this is also if you want to just write down what score you got, and we can always do whatever.
Yeah. Actually, I'll do that. 13.
All right.
Okay.
For the D20 one, I'll do this because this one's pretty interesting because you actually got the highest you can get here. Stars completely changed, the same as the previous result, but okay, sorry, let's go back. So your other character receives +2 to their luck score. And you will re-roll your birth augur and lucky roll twice.
Okay.
And you choose which one. You know what? I'll post the table here for you guys so that you can easily see it. 1 second. 100. All right. All right. Oh. There you go. Now it's posted in that one. So basically, just to get the big ones, so just for anybody watching, because I'm not gonna go through all the boring stuff here. Basically, this next character has changed completely, either race or whatever. Any previously known skills belonging to their previous profession are lost with the change. The character is now a completely different person and unrecognizable to anyone who knew him before he rolled the Wheel of Destiny.
Oh my god. Right.
And also just look at 16 and 19 as well, because you could age plus or minus 1d4 years. In our next session, for session 1, we can go over all the changes that happened through this table, basically. But I'm just sort of giving the general gist of it to you guys, and we can over the next week.
Yeah, I
or
also
two.
get to reroll an ability score for that guy. So
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
And you keep the new score if it's higher than the old one. So that's was it 3d6 or 46? I can't remember. I think it's 3d6.
I think we did 3d6 down the line. So
Yeah.
I would assume.
So let's see what you get.
All right, I'll take a 13 strength.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking good.
Nice.
I guess one above average.
Yeah,
11 and a half average, right?
So yeah, basically to give it, so you're stronger and you're now basically a new person. You could even have a new name.
I'll figure out what I want.
Yeah,
this
so we'll
to
figure
be,
out that, and we'll go over that next week.
Yeah.
For that interesting thing. And that's your 2 characters, Jack. Dan, we'll do you next because you have 2 players.
Okay, cool. So Chisel first. 11.
Okay, 11. Made minor change to the character's star. Character receives permanent +1 to their luck score, and must re-roll their birth log or not lucky roll. The change is permanent, and the change either adds or subtracts 1 to 12 months to the character's age, causing a physical change. So yeah, so before you change things permanently, and you change somewhat, and we can go over all these changes next session, like I said. And same one. Oh no,
and I think that's the. Oh, is that the next one? Okay.
Yeah. So same. The permanent
significant changes.
Yeah. But the only difference with that one is you can choose whether you.
I can choose.
Yeah.
I see. I choose whether or not to take. Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and Martin, we'll do next.
So this is just a D20.
Okay.
Is it, or was it a luck roll?
Well, it's a D20 modified by your luck modifier.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. So.
But you want higher. Higher is better.
Yeah. Let's do Corey Stonebreaker.
Oh my God!
That's what you want. You get to bring a new character back to
life.
Yeah,
it happened. So basically, history is rewritten. The character is now dead, and one of the characters that died during the adventure is brought back to life in their place. The player rolling can choose which character to bring back, and that character is now under their control. Everyone recalls. It could be anyone's
character too.
Yeah, exactly. So you can take whoever. Everyone recalls the newly dead character having been killed by whatever circumstance that slew the character that just returned to life. The resurrected character earns whatever experience that anyone would have, and has any treasure or possessions the character who spun the wheel possessed. Time returns to the moment when the lady in blue asks the character if they wish to roll the wheel of destiny, which they may do normally as if they had completed the adventure. So you can roll again for that character if you want to. You don't have to, but you can. But basically, yeah. So the person, whoever that was, Corey's now dead, and they're replaced by somebody else.
Oh, brilliant!
That is cool.
Chrysanthemum. Our stats are really good.
Jedediah.
He's quite average.
Yeah.
I have no idea what anyone else's stats were.
Yeah,
I'm going to go for Go on.
Oh yeah, Chrysanthemum's pretty good. Actually,
one thing too, Martin. So you can just mark this, and we can deal with this over the next week or so. I can make all these character sheets open for you to see.
Cool.
And then we can go from there. But yeah, so basically, but Corey's dead and replaced with somebody else. I would just write that down basically.
And he's allowed to roll again as well.
And you can roll again, yes. And whoever the new person is can roll again if you want to.
I guess I'd need to know what their luck is in order to apply the luck modifier. So
we'll deal. Yeah, so we'll come back. I'll come back to that during the week because that might change again. But we'll see.
Okay,
there's only 2 more characters to roll.
Probably will do that. But yeah, sounds like fun.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, Martin! All right, I'm just gonna go through this really fast. I'll just make the characters able for you to see, so you can. We won't go through it just yet. But
So both your dwarves just died.
That's
amazing. One of them may be reborn.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Right,
oh my God, he becomes his brother.
Ooh. Yeah, that's so fucked up. That's got to happen, hasn't it?
It has to happen.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. That's what happened.
Oh man.
But like, do you think Corey still remembers dying the way whoever replaces him died? And then comes back like,
oh my God, yeah, he's gonna have like PTSD. He's just like
this could only happen in DCC. In no other game can you get this.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
That's
all right,
awesome.
so that's
that
what
one.
The fuck? And
I mean, I was gonna say what are the chances, but the chances are 1 in 400.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right, Martin. I think you have one last character, correct, to roll.
You get another 1.
Oh my God, if he did.
Effectively.
Yeah.
History is rewritten. The character had managed to ignore the summons of the lady in blue and goes back to his normal life as if he had never responded to those dreams or participated in this adventure. That's amazing. So you all now have 2 characters or 1.
No, but
what?
Brought back to life in his place.
Oh, never mind.
So
yeah, oh my God.
Person.
The brother can come back now. You can just move all your dudes around if you want.
I was like, or Martin, you can bring back your barber.
So one of the characters that died during the adventure is brought back to life in their place with the same rules for resurrected characters as listed above. The disappeared character lives out the rest of their life as a mundane individual with a deep sense of loss for some unknown missed opportunity. So, was that Jago? Jago goes off to have a sad life.
As a drunken vagabond.
Yeah. Oh my God! What a
oh dear,
Martin! How did you?
That was awesome.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Yeah, like I said, we'll go through all this, and like next week we're gonna be doing a recap of what basically your characters have been doing between the end of the session and the next one. What made you level 1s, what you picked, all that sort of thing. But yeah, so to everybody in the chat, the next session of this will be on November 21st at 1700 UTC, or I think it's 12 Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Saving Time. And we will be doing the next level 1 scenario at the Intrigue at the Court of Chaos. And that'll be a very interesting one. That one will be a bit more RP heavy than combat heavy. And there'll be a very, very, I think, fun session. John, we're probably going to give you another character, probably a new one that will pop up. And we'll
I was like,
yeah.
can I?
And Martin, I'll leave it up to you. But like you can keep one character sort of in the wings. We'll get because you're gonna have some crazy shit we got to go through here with all the different moving around sort of stuff. So we'll figure that out. But you can hold on to 2 characters. You can bring all 3 on adventures. It's up to you what you want to do. If it's too much, then maybe not. But yeah, and so we'll be doing that on November 21st. I feel like there's something else I want to say, but yeah, no, thank you so much, guys. That was so much fun. I'm glad you survived this.
That was
a great time.
That was very harrowing there near the end. I actually didn't know if that
was intense.
That fight,
that battle with the dwarf.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah,
because he had the one turn to show you guys that flame sword, and I was like, oh my, if they do not kill this guy, he is yeah.